tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. Firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. Animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off.
Throughout the history of time, stories have been told. Wonderful, beautiful, logical stories. Every now and again, a story will cross your path. A story so unbelievable, a story so wildly ridiculous, it makes you jump back and say, "Do you know what's fucked up?" You'll find out on the Loke and Jabroni Show today. It's the end of summer edition of Do You Know What's Fucked Up?
And welcome, everybody, once again to this fine live recording of the Loki and Jabroni Show, once again on Monday night. I am always as Loki, and to the left of me, of course, is my co-host and partner in crime, Mr. Jabroni.
I am Walter Cronkite.
He is.
No, not really. I'm still a jabroni. And the man in the box without a microphone yet is Mr. Eddie Focus. How in the hell are you, my friend?
I'm great. I am absolutely fantastic. My enterprise has been used, as you can see.
I can.
It's starting. I'm going to have to take it to work and file it down again.
I was going to say you may have to take her to Starfleet to get the work done on the ship.
Yep, definitely. The filing's there. Before we get into our whole fucked up thing, I do have something small that I wanted to kind of get off my chest. Recently, a gentleman passed away. I'm not gonna let names off because there is, a little bit of controversy with his name, sort of say. But I know him. I've known him for a while. I didn't have an issue with him, and you know what? Outside of whatever your daily activities may be, if you're not directly affecting anybody or anything or any other person in any way, I really don't give a fuck if you ass slap monkeys around all day long. Like, seriously, if it's not affecting anybody else, then everybody should shut their mouths. Number two, this person served this country. He was a Marine, so you need to respect that, and you need to understand that you will never understand unless you've been there what the military can do to you. And that being said, that can make you do some things when you leave the military, especially people that have served in time of war and have actually seen war. So for the hypocrites and the people out there that are talking shit on this name, I just want you to say one thing. I hope to God that when you go to fucking lay in your final deathbed, that you are absolutely perfect and you have nothing else that you have holding you back, because that's what I'm getting it from you. If you have the gall and the nads to turn around and say, yeah, but this person did this.
What does it matter?
That's what I'm
At the end of
saying.
the day, this is a person who has a family, who has people that love them and that they loved as well. You don't celebrate bad news. You don't
Exactly.
take joy in someone else's misfortune.
Exactly.
If you do that, you're kind of an asshole. In fact, I'll retract kinda. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
So to jump for joy or to make fun of someone,
It wasn't really jumping for joy. It was just saying, this person did
right.
this. And it's like,
so what?
I'm so sick and tired of hearing about bullshit like that because I've never seen it affect anybody, and I've known this person for a good amount of years. And I know back in his younger days it was a lot more precedent in his life, but obviously it wasn't that much more later, So people, seriously, it's the end-all, be-all of fucking phrases. Those who live in fucking glass houses shouldn't fucking throw stones. It's that simple. Unless you're perfect, which I think I've had this comment a long time ago. There is no fucking perfect being. If you think you're perfect, come on down here because we'd love to fucking interview a perfect person. We would. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, but I haven't come across a perfect one yet. I've seen a few that thought they were.
Right.
But on. Let me
That's okay. We're just
work my magic. Oh, he got it.
he got it. Okay.
I was gonna say I have volumes over here, so
EBM and James both report no sound, but stick with us. We're through it.
you're good. I was
We're good?
gonna say yeah.
Okay, so you guys are just needing to turn up your gimmicks and hear us a little bit better this time.
Well, you missed that whole thing. Well, that sucks.
Well, tough for them.
I'm guess you're gonna have to fucking watch or listen to the.
You can listen to the audio only drop on Wednesday on iTunes
Yep.
and Google Play Music, or
Yeah, I won't be there either.
later. Or you can just watch this back when we're done after it uploads. Or when you're done doing that on Wednesday, you go check out the C&J Speedway review, going on to episode 4. Another little shameless plug. We're having a good time with it, and it's all well, yeah, true. But someone would be like, "Oh my God, no, the shameless plug."
It'd be shameless if you plugged a different show that
Sucks.
will not speak of.
Right,
The
exactly.
Crispin
I agree.
watching racing show. Yeah, that's the one. The Crispin
So,
watching racing show.
That being said, I do gotta say this.
Yes.
Seriously, one of these days, try it. Throw your phone. Just like purposely hide it on yourself one day and see how long you last.
When I went away to Maine, the only time I broke out my phone was to get around, because I don't know the fucking area.
right.
The rest of the time, over in the corner.
You know
I
what
didn't want-
sucks
I
is
didn't
not
want
knowing people's
anything.
phone numbers. Remember back in the day,
Oh yeah.
I
you-
memorized fucking people's phone numbers, dude. I had like 16 people's phone numbers memorized in my head. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's like, fuck, man. It's under B.
right. I wouldn't.
I remember that.
I've tried to give your number like to different guests and be like, call Mike's phone. What's his number? I know I hit Mike.
Shit.
That's all
yeah,
I know.
it's under M.
Yeah, right. It's under Mike. First peanut gallery of the day. Chris, soak it up all you can, because on the 22nd of October, the Pats are going to shut you down. You just wait your turn. Stick around.
Who's
I
that? Eric B. Mitchell?
No, it's Adam Crandall. But thank you, Adam. Much appreciated. We'll get to you later. Stick around. Kyle Busch sucks. Jimmy Johnson sucks.
I'll say, like I said, we were talking about it earlier. The Patriots looked better this week.
100%.
They definitely came back to where they were originally. Let's just put it that way. Because for the most part, they weren't there in the beginning. Big shout out to my man Pitbull. Your boys romped all over us like we were a bunch of fucking kindergarten school children, and I gotta say this: I love Harrison Smith. I hope he doesn't go anywhere because, man, when the defense sucks,
Uh-oh.
he calls them out.
We're holding fast. So I guess we got the weekly sports talk scroll, so now you may move on.
I was.
Hard in these things,
I know.
man.
And it's a beautiful thing.
I love the passion when a teammate isn't afraid to call out the team. And a lot of people say, "Oh, he's being an asshole." No, he's not, because you know what? Harrison Smith was fucking playing. Rhodes, you fucking caused a fuck ton of fucking interference calls, buddy. That's not like you. That's for being one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You should not be doing fucking rookie bullshit mistakes like that. So for Harrison Smith to call you out, maybe you need it, dude. Maybe you needed to fucking hear that about yourself.
Yeah, on the
You know
same
what I'm saying?
token, to have 2 pass interference penalties called against the same guy for the Falcons, Robert Alford, 2 in a row that cost 35 yards of yardage that basically gave Green Bay a touchdown. Not to say they wouldn't have got one. Look how beautiful that is.
It is
We're
beautiful.
watching ourselves. Not to say they wouldn't have gained a touchdown. Green Bay is a good team. Let's be honest.
No, if you give him any chance,
You
they're gonna
watch
take
after that.
advantage of it.
If any of you watch that game on Sunday night, you see after they score, after Green Bay scores, you see Desmond Trufant go over and slam his fist down, and he's saying, "Get your head in the game." It's not like shake it off, brother. It's like, dude, you just gave them
Yeah,
half the distance
exactly.
to the touchdown by
have,
being an
you
asshole.
have 8 other motherfuckers out here busting their ass, and you pretty much gift wrap that for them. Thank you very much, dick face. Yeah, that's what I'd be saying too.
So basically, what happened to the Vikings is
Oh
talking
well,
about-
first of all, you can make all the excuses in the world. Sam Bradford decided last minute that I didn't even know he was fucking injured. Be honest with you, it was so fucking soon. Yeah, that's why we had no fucking offense. We threw in Casey Keenum, who hasn't
Okay.
fucking played in almost 2
I was
years.
gonna say it's been a couple years.
Yeah, almost 2 fucking years. And you wonder why you can't get a fucking offense rolling. And well, when your offense doesn't roll, guess what? Your defense has got to roll a hell of a lot
But
more.
an argument could be made that that's not always the case because Mike Glennon stepped in for the Bears after not playing for anybody for a while. Last known
Oh, yeah,
address was
yeah.
Tampa Bay, and he put a good mini spanking until the Falcons realized, hey, we're the NFC champs. We need to beat these motherfuckers. Mike Glennon was taking that team up and down the field with ease.
Well, I mean, like
Fat
I
lot of
said,
good
I
it did him this weekend, but
Yeah. Same thing here. Casey just looked like a fucking rust bucket. He didn't.
how do
look
you
in-
put up 42 against the world champion Patriots and then you struggle against the Eagles?
This probably the same. Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, you know, we had freaking Sammy fucking two sleeves out there, fucking having the NFC Player of the Week, and then this week we ain't got shit. Like, Sammy shows up, maybe it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, defense need to play a whole hell of a lot more. And like I said, I love how fucking Harrison called him out. I love when people do that, man. I
have
think,
to.
I think your teammates, if you care that much about this team, it shows the passion. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
And if you
There's
get
nothing.
butt hurt, you're clearly not a part of the team.
Right, exactly. If you really feel like, oh my God, you're picking me out, well, maybe you need it.
All right.
Maybe you need to hear it.
Question coming in: what do you guys think of Oakland's strong team so far? I'm surprised.
Hello, I had
know,
them
you
for
pick
the
'em going to the
Super
Super Bowl.
So no, I'm not surprised
surprise
at all.
for you, surprise
I
for me.
told you guys. What I am surprised about is that they actually threw fucking the guy from Minnesota that we just got rid of. Freaking oh my God. We had him for like fucking 3 years, and we gave him to Oakland, and everybody was all pissed off. His nickname
Tavares
is
Jackson?
Flash. No. Oh God, no. He went to the Seahawks.
Thank God.
No.
I'm trying to remember. I don't.
Oh
It used to
my
be I
God,
needed a
can't-
scorecard to
can't.
keep up with your
Yeah,
quarterback.
when you're on the Vikings, I actually give a fuck about you. When you leave the team, like I delete. Patterson.
Okay.
He went over there, and of course, you know, he's all over his Twitter. New team, new attitude. You look like the same Patterson dude. You look lost. You don't know how to catch balls. Just like I said before, you're dangerous in special teams. Special teams players don't deserve $3 million. Oakland, unfortunately, you're gonna bite a big one on that one, but you got some really good, solid players around everywhere else. So I think
funny
you're
you
golden.
say new team, new attitude. It looked like Marshawn Lynch was having fun out there this weekend.
He loves
Like,
Oakland,
fun.
dude. He loves Oakland. He loves it. That's why he's
His attitude change is like night and day. I actually enjoyed watching some Marshawn Lynch this weekend.
absolutely, and that's why I said that if that's the player you're going to get out of it, then you're going to look at a Super Bowl contending team here, man.
All right. That's all that's on my mind is 2-0. That's it.
That's a beautiful thing.
How about
you
the
know,
Patriots at 101? I'm not. It's too early for the shit talking, but I just got to rub it into Eddie a little bit. But to give the Patriots some credit, you did take out our light work and you beat the shit out of the Saints.
How about them fucking Broncos?
Oh, that was beautiful. Wasn't
What a
it?
fucking ass whooping they handed the Cowboys, huh?
Nene!
Oh my God! I mean, you think it was because Ezekiel wasn't there? Give me a break, because they still had a running game. They were still fucking running. The person who was fucking it up was Prescott.
I got a call from a very famous musician on Sunday, and he was bobbing his head, and he said, "Dallas looks good this weekend."
Yeah, I saw that too. They were all over the place, but in the end zone.
Exactly.
And we
Really?
love seeing shit like that.
Oh, terrible, terrible. So you ready to kick this thing off?
I am absolutely fucking
I want you
ready.
to do me a favor and turn your beer toward the camera and show them what you're drinking.
I am having a Wachusett Green Monster without the H.
Right. Now, do you know what's fucked up?
That they there's no Red Sox symbol on it.
No. That this week, some jackass or set of jackasses took a banner and draped it over the Green Monster that said, and I quote, "Racism is as American as baseball." You saw that story.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you saw that
Yep.
story. No? Oh,
Yeah.
you're missing out. Don't know. I'm sure these guys were thrown out. I'm sure there's a lot of things that happen with these gentlemen. But we have all these groups fighting against each other, whether they're groups or movements or whatever you want to call them.
I don't know how you get a banner like that in there.
You sneak it in. The same way that when they hold up the big sheet banner that says, "Go Big Papi," and they walk it around
Yeah,
the
but they
stadium
look
and all
at that
bullshit.
shit.
I don't know how they did it. You might want to ask them. I'm sure they're getting.
They look at that shit. Trust me, they search everything. They look at your banner, and you're not even supposed to be bringing signs in there. I mean,
I don't know, but these guys did it, and in my opinion, from the picture and from the description in the article, white guys.
Of course.
Yeah, like you just said, of course, and nobody's calling them out.
See, the thing
it was a
is,
news story, and then it disappeared. It was there for a day.
Yeah, let me.
Now, if
you know why? Let me say this because there's certain.
Hold that thought. If it had been 4 black guys bringing a banner to Yankee Stadium and said "Kill all white people," not only would Yankee fans be called on the carpet, but black people would be called on the carpet. Anybody that has BLM or whatever the bullshit is, you'd be called out. I have not heard word one about this story since it broke earlier last week, after we had done our show here.
Now, I'm going to say this because this is fucked up. And this adds to the what's fucked up. Recently, like I said, I just saw Lady Gaga. I could have had the opportunity to see Billy Joel from the same section.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, without letting anything away, obviously those are very expensive, high-profile seats. Right. Unless you know people. And to know people is to put money in their pockets.
Oh, see, I was going to say to know people is to blow people, but I don't know how you get your tickets.
Money,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Money in the pockets,
Gotcha.
buddy. I don't know.
Grease in the palm
money in the
of
pockets.
the guy. I got
Now,
you.
here's the problem with that. You don't go through no fucking security clearance. You don't go through anything else. So now these motherfuckers just took the trust of one of their friends. Now, granted, this guy's making money off you. However, he trusts you not to do something stupid like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the reason why that fucking thing is only on there for a day, because I guarantee you fucking Fenway Park was all up on that fucking security detail of that section. Was like,
I'm not even
how
so much worried.
the fuck did he get in? Number
I'm
one.
not so much worried about the how. I'm wondering, because I had gotten into an argument earlier in the week with someone else when I posted the looters from Hurricane Irma. Like, what are you trying to intimate here? That black people? No, motherfucker. It's man's inhumanity toward man. That's what I was getting at. But you want to turn into a race discussion? I'm out. See you later. Haven't spoke a word of it since. Not going to. What I'm saying is, where's the outrage at these anywhere between 2 to 4 white guys put this banner up, and it had to be at least 12 feet. Monster's 37.5 feet high. This thing draped down to just below the Foxwoods ad, which means it was right close to that scoreboard that resides on the left field wall. This wasn't easy. Where's the outrage? Where's the outpouring of anger? Where? Because I'll tell you this, I'm not even a Red Sox fan, but I love the sport of baseball, and I like people in general. Where the fuck is the outrage for these people doing this? If it was a cop, big difference. And I'm not picking on you because I know that was going to come up next. If you were a cop, this would be an outrage. If you were a politician, this would be an outrage. But it's a couple college kids or whatever the fuck they were. Someone tell me why these kids aren't blown up on CNN right now and having their mothers be harassed by the fucking news media on their lawns every goddamn day. Take it away, Ed.
Well, I have one theory. It's almost a devil's advocate, but not quite. Not enough to hit the button.
Yeah, we don't want to hit the button yet.
Might be a staged event for publicity.
You honestly think that the Boston Red Sox organization would put something like that out there?
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. They're getting a lot of heat about that, the street name. A lot of heat about that. Okay?
Yawkey Way, yeah.
It's scandalous, but it sells tickets.
I don't, I just, okay.
I'm just saying.
The
like,
whole thing about taking statues down and not having Robert Lee from ESPN call a game in Georgia, this titty-sensitive bullshit needs to stop. Stop trying to erase and rewrite history. Enough. We all know there were racist times for a number of years, decades/centuries in this country. We're a country that's been around 250-some years. There's racism. There has been and there will be, but it's shrinking. It's not as prevalent as it was in the 60s. Be honest with yourselves. Oh, well, it's hidden. It's not as prevalent.
Well, you hear all the time, though.
Horse shit.
You hear all the time about people like George Soros, for example, is always dumping money into protesters to push a cause. Like, I'm not necessarily saying it's Boston. It might be him or somebody trying to stir the pot. Like, this kind of shit affects elections. Right now you got Wrecking Ball in office. You're gonna see a lot of this shit. I'll tell you right now, you're gonna see a lot of this shit. Whether it's honest or if it's staged, you're going to see a lot of it to try to get him out.
All right, I can buy some of that. What I don't understand,
Because it's like Mike said, how the fuck did they get that in there?
I don't know.
They're not going to let him come in with the paint to make it right then and there.
They've successfully swept this story under the rug. Saw it that next day. It was all over every sports site. It was on CBS Morning News.
I'm surprised,
and it went away.
I'm
the
surprised
next
at that
fucking
because
day.
ESPN has been very SJW lately.
Oh, of course.
They've been bad with that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it's all right. Let me stop.
And I'll say it. Colin Kaepernick sucks.
Colin Kaepernick.
That's why he doesn't have a
dick.
job.
No, yeah, he
Bottom
hasn't-
line, that's
not
why he
because
doesn't
he
have a
won't
job.
stand. He doesn't have a job because he fucking blows. That one season was an anomaly. Horse shit, all of it. Anyway, look, America, stop being so fucking titty sensitive. Stop taking down statues. Stop erasing things that happened. You can't erase it. It's why it's called history. What's next? We're going to erase the Holocaust? No, we shouldn't be erasing it. We should be learning from it. Do you want to erase the riots and the NAACP, the wars they fought in the 60s and 70s? No, you should be embracing it. Learn from it. I don't understand this whole, and I'm going to reference them real quick, WWE mentality where you do something wrong, you're erased from history. You never existed. Like the time Andre the Giant slammed himself in front of 90,000 people at WrestleMania 3. That was quite the fucking feat.
91,470.
I don't know. It was pretty close. That sounds like a
They made a big
legit
deal
number.
about it. Like they kept flashing that number for years afterwards.
Right. But all those people saw Andre the Giant slam himself in a pretty good 12-minute match where Andre the Giant fought nobody and slammed himself and lost.
And I saw him get eliminated early in a tournament by himself.
Yep. That was the next year.
I saw him and the $1 Million Man slam himself
Mm-hmm.
and take the belt
From a
and-
dual referee, twins,
yeah, and then the twins like just started flying all over the place,
all by himself.
all by himself.
You cannot erase history. And that's what people want to do now. I'm offended. That Coca-Cola box offends me. Take it away. That logo offends me. That statue offends me. I said it earlier in the week in a post. I don't know if you were a part of it, Ed, but I wish you would have.
I gotta be honest. I don't give a fuck about the statues.
I wished you would have been there. What's next? They're going to tell us what books to read. They're going to start monitoring what we watch on television. Angela's all up in this show called Shameless, which I find to be freaking an abomination.
I'm
But
afraid
she
to get-
likes
I'm
it.
afraid to get hooked on it.
But she likes it. And you know what? She likes it. You might as well go forward and watch it. I don't have to. You know what I do? I excuse myself. I'll go play Xbox. I'll read a book. I'll do whatever I got to do just so I don't have to watch that show. And that's all you have to do, people. You don't like a statue? Don't look at it. You don't like a book? Don't read it. You don't like the music? Don't listen to it. I complain to him as a goof about the music he likes versus the music I like, and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, I'm not beating him with a bat going, you got to listen to fucking metal, motherfucker. No, nor is he sticking a hot cattle
'Cause I'd
prod
be like,
on
that's
me.
typical of you metal people.
Right, but then again, he's not pulling a gat on me going, listen to rap, motherfucker.
I
Yeah.
don't really listen to rap that much.
You get the idea. How was the Tupac movie, by the way?
Terrible.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up?
What's fucked
That
up?
movie.
All right, we'll talk about
Oh,
that
it's
later.
terrible.
Angela, it's the show Shameless. We just mentioned that you watch and you love and stuff. James says Shawn Michaels pretty much wrestled himself at SummerSlam anyway, so there's no need to erase that. You know
Look,
what?
man, there's two things you don't mess with.
You
The
don't-
man who doesn't exist.
And the Relish King.
In the Relish King.
Where are you, Relish King? Speaking of which, where is Loki? This is a topic of his baseball team. He's not here. That's okay. Old 58 upstairs is getting his comeuppance.
Because we're sharing a mic.
Yeah, at least for now. Nickelback is Canadian. We can't ban them, Will. Sorry. Only Canada has that power.
They tried to, because Bieber is Canadian. They tried to ban him one time. They sent a
Oh, yeah, I read
petition
that.
to the White House, and the
So-
White House had to respond because there were so many signatures
You can't deport somebody just for sucking at
on a
music.
misdemeanor. No. They can't deport him for a misdemeanor.
Right.
He's got to be guilty of multiple felonies.
Have you listened to his songs? Those are multiple felonies.
I don't hate him.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy his music, but his early shit I thought was stupid, like baby, whatever.
Baby,
But there were some
baby,
songs he did
baby,
later that were
baby,
pretty
baby.
good.
I don't like any of them. But then again, that's me. I don't buy the records. I don't have to. You know why? Because I have the choice.
Yes.
And so do you.
I don't listen to the radio because I have no choice.
Exactly.
I use my free streaming from Tidal.
Nice.
who I ripped apart when the show first
Yeah,
started.
you did, and now look
Now
at
it's
you.
free.
Now you're all up in their business. You are sucking on the title teeth,
I'm
my
not
friend.
paying for it. Shit.
No, who cares?
Yeah. So it's like, and it's in hi-fi, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, just to cap this off, and I'm sure we'll get more out of Loki when he comes back. Is racism exists because you want it to exist. If people want racism to exist, they will make racism. Rare is the time you hear of people getting hemmed up on the street and having gang wars because someone called someone the N-word or cracker or any of these other beautiful terms that, and I say beautiful facetiously, all these wonderful terms that people use to disparage other races for years and years and years. You don't hear it anymore.
You know, here's the thing. It's sad that you have to say that. But you're saying it sarcastically or ironically. It's
I have to because
it's sad
someone's
that you
going to
have
get
to say
titty
that.
sensitive and be like, oh, look, he's fucking right.
fucking the Klan hood is red with a falcon on it. That's what they're gonna say.
That's what's next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
you wear a
the
Falcon
entire,
hat, you're in the
entire
Klan.
team is gonna be associated with you.
The Red Sox, the Falcons, and Kiss are all fucking Klansmen.
Well, Simmons is questionable.
Yeah, well, we'll get to Simmons in my next fucked up. I'll give you a
boy.
preview already. So Ed, why don't you take over?
Oh boy. Oh man, I love these people. I can't stay away from them. Antifa.
Oh God.
Antifa. Oh, you beautiful commie bastards.
Are they drinking milk?
It's a fucking great day in news because of these motherfuckers. It really is. Okay, so Ben Shapiro speaks at Berkeley. Antifa shows up because this is the fucked up part. I'll get to the fucked up part in a second. But Antifa shows up to protest Ben Shapiro. They call him a white supremacist Nazi.
The Jewish guy,
Jim-
right? The Jewish guy.
He's Orthodox. He wears a yarmulke.
The Jewish guy is being called a Nazi.
The
let me
five
see if
foot,
I get
think
this
he's
right.
5'9", the
Yep.
5'9" Jewish white supremacist Nazi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they showed up to try to stop people from going to see him speak. That's not fascism or anything.
No, not really.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you what to do,
But-
but don't you dare tell us what to do, goddammit.
Exactly. But the beautiful thing is Ben Shapiro made a lot of noise prior to the event. He challenged the college. He challenged the governor. The police actually started arresting them.
Good.
Finally started arresting them. The fucked up part is nobody ever arrests these motherfuckers. The officers get orders to stand down.
That's the problem. Because you can't. You pick on one, you got to pick on them all. It's that whole participation trophy of life now. We're in a world where
No,
people will...
it's. I'm going to correct you.
Good.
That's certain leaning politicians favoring them. It's all. It's not even the participation trophy shit. They're favoring one violent gang over another. As far as what happened in Charlottesville, my whole philosophy was like the Japanese guy in Godzilla. Let them fight. I don't care. They can kill each other. That's what I would let them kill each other and arrest who's left. But I don't give a shit about neo Nazis. Or the
Take it back
KKK.
old school. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, the KKK is like, what, 48 strong now? Their numbers have dwindled so much at their meeting in their buddy's
They say
garage on a
there's
Thursday night.
They say there's 8,000 neo Nazis in the country.
I'm just speaking to the Klan themselves.
I know,
And that's the group that everybody. But there's like the white dragon gimmick. So I just recently saw a map on a website that it showed a lot of the
Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah.
Shows the hate groups.
and they show where they're spread out. And it's
Right.
mostly along the Mason-Dixon line, and it's really funny. It's not deep south or far north. It's like right on that Mason-Dixon line, and you could almost draw the line. And then there's splinter groups here and there, but it's mostly on the line.
There's different. There's probably about just as many in the north and the south, but they're different
Mm-hmm.
groups. They're clearly like the fucking Richard Spencers of the world are in the north, and the David Dukes in the world are kind of
The
in the
southern.
south. The neo Nazis come like out of that
Illinois.
Florida area and then move upwards, and it's. But in any case, like when you look at their total numbers, like neo Nazis are like 8,000 strong. The Klan is really small now. They have no power whatsoever. They have none.
But think about it. When
There are no politicians in the Klan in office.
I'm not saying that, and I'll throw Black Lives Matter, the movement. It's not a group. It's not a whatever. Let's get past that, guys.
It's a fucking hashtag.
It's a hashtag. It's a movement. It's not a group. But if that's your movement, whatever, and you want Black Lives Matter, well, Coca-Cola Lives Matter, whatever. No matter what group you belong to, and I'm not saying I miss the days of racism and social unrest and fighting in the streets and all that, but I miss being able to have an opinion. I miss being able to say to someone and have a conversation without them saying, "You can't say that to me." And when you respond back, "Well, you can't say that to me," and their response is, "I'll say whatever I want." That's communism, that's fascism, that's not anything that this country represents. If you can't have a fair and intelligent conversation with someone, and whether or not you come to an agreement at the end of it or not, it doesn't fucking matter. You need to stop thinking as titty sensitive as you're thinking. I'm glad the police started arresting these people, especially at the Ben Shapiro show.
The press was like against them. They had to. You know, everybody was because he was saying, "Watch, they won't arrest them. They won't arrest." They arrested like 8 of them.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
and there are some fucked up things like they wouldn't rent out the top seats because they're afraid people are going to drop chairs.
Well, it's like
on them and
I can't
shit.
remember the video. It was some months ago. The TV reporter got drunker and shit somewhere in the Midwest or probably Florida. Doesn't matter. It was probably Florida. And she's screaming at the cop, "You can't fucking touch me, you baby killing, black hating, this, that, and the third." And the boyfriend / husband is like, "You need to come on. You need to come with me. This is bullshit. You're gonna get yourself in trouble." Fuck that. And I'm gonna tell you so because you believe. Because someone told you 10 years ago when you were in grade school, little girl, that you can tell people whatever you want and there's no reprisal whatsoever. No, there is a reprisal. You tell someone bigger than you to fuck off and they punch you, guess what? You earned it. You tell someone smarter than you to fuck off and they find a way to blow up your house, guess what? It's also a felony, but you earned it.
You can say whatever you want. There's consequences for what
Yes,
you
there
say.
is.
But you can say whatever you want.
But not now. Because
If
now
you're
there's
drunk-
no consequence.
if you're drunk yelling at a cop, all that cop has to say is, "I think you're an endanger to yourself, and you're 24 hours in the drunk tank." Mm-hmm. That's all they have to do.
Exactly. And it's for your own safety.
If he doesn't just, I'm gonna say if he doesn't beat the fuck out of you.
Right.
Because you know what? Here's the thing: they're people, like you and me. I say it all the time. The 80-20 rule, whatever you want to call it.
I disagree with that, but I
know.
get it. But I get it.
You know, it's simple. 20% of them are superhuman heroes. Run into that burning building, grab 10 babies, come out. The rest of them are normal people, subject to human error. It's those normal people that are likely to beat the fuck out of you. Mm-hmm. You know, and you
I
see
might
it
be one
all-
of them.
You see it all the time. I might be one of them.
Yeah.
You know, especially when certain things like disgust me. You know, you come in, you see like some woman bloodied by her boyfriend. "Oh, I fell down the stairs," and you can't do anything. I'd fucking shoot the motherfucker. And be like,
If there's
I'd be like,
proof.
I'd be like, he was going for this.
If
Bang.
there's proof. And now here's where, and now I know we're veering off the subject here, but for decades, but mostly I've seen more of it in the last 20 years. If you get in an argument and you're getting pushed on and pushed on and pushed on as a man, and you push back once, you're labeled. Doesn't matter if you got smacked in the mouth, doesn't matter if you got hit with a bat, doesn't matter anything. You push back, you're an asshole. You're an abuser. You are a scourge to the male race everywhere. No, motherfucker. It's called mutual respect. You don't want to get in a fight, don't start one. You don't want to get punched in the mouth, don't punch someone. Try thinking about your actions before you take action. Because I've said it a million times. I will let a woman slap me. I will let a woman kick me. You want to hit me with something? Great. You come in around this area, you're going to swallow your teeth, and you're going to be shitting chiclets for a week. And I'm not shy about it. Because at the end of the day, women are equal to men. Except here, and here. Right there. You want to be equal? Live by the same rules. Done and done. But we're told.
Equality is subjective.
Exactly. I'm not condoning...
I've said it before. I'm totally fine with the fact that a 14-year-old can't star in the same pornographic films as an 18-year-old. Totally fine with that not being equal.
Sure, absolutely. But you're told all your life, and I know, you treat women with respect. You want to be, you want to dote on them and do this and do that. But somewhere along the line, over the last however many years, women are told, you know what? You can do anything a man can do, and you can do it better. Mm-hmm. And if some man gets in your face, you should beat the shit out of him. Yada yada, fucking yada yada.
See, you don't even have to do that anymore. You know, all you gotta do, just pull out the gimmick phone and just film him being crazy.
Oh yeah, like Walmart.
You'll film the next Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh my God.
There's a Cash Me Outside girl in everybody.
Yes, there is.
So you don't need to hit him. Just film him. Be like, look at this crazy bitch. Look at this crazy bitch.
True equality comes when everybody is truly equal. You treat them truly equal. You look at them truly equal. And at the end of the day, you remember, one fist comes this way, another fist is coming back that way, and you better be careful.
I mean, I personally would not hit a woman unless she's coming at me with a knife. That's my rule.
So she can shoot you.
Well, dude, knife plus, okay.
Got to qualify nowadays, because if
No,
not,
I'm
you're
sorry.
going to
If
end
a
up in
bitch got a gun, I'm running.
You're going to end up in court like, Mr. Jakes, you said here that you would only hit a woman if she came at you with a knife on episode 127. Yeah, I said that. You know that would happen. In this litigation-happy society, someone would
If a
call
woman
that card
comes at me with a gun, I'm running.
a weapon.
A weapon. Any weapon.
I'm quite sure a wooden spoon doesn't qualify, but you're talking about a deadly weapon.
A wooden spoon's a deadly weapon.
Only to your mother
Or
my mother.
If you hold it at the spoon end, you could probably poke somebody's eye out.
It's possible.
You totally Red Ryder BB gun someone with that shit.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Fuck. Where's our partner?
I have no idea. Shall we take a break?
Let's take a break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, kids.
I'm just wild about animal crackers, animal crackers. I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. I'm just wild about animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just get off. I'm just wild about animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all all I order is animal crackers, fire crackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just been off. Animal crackers, bears and tigers, haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, fire crackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just been off. Animal crackers, bears and tigers, haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, fire crackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just been off. Animal crackers, bears and tigers, haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, fire crackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just been off.
And welcome back. You know what's fucked up? September end of summer edition. Recently in the news, your favorite and mine, with a wink of the eye and a little bit of this over here, our friend Gene Simmons has announced he's going to put out the mother of all box sets, 10 CDs, 150 songs, ranging from 50 years of his recording, whether or not they were famous or not. Some they were on the cutting room floor. And he's putting out
B-sides. A lot of B-sides.
B-sides, things that never made the final cut. They were close, etc. I read the track listing for the first disc, and there were a couple songs that did make it, but they were lower end, like B-sides. But, again, I don't know the quality of the songs. I don't know. I know you're going to love part of this point. Do you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
Gene Simmons has announced that he will hand deliver the vault to you in a little, excuse me, wow, that's odd, in a little makeshift safe with the 10 discs, picture book, all sorts of neat little giveaways, and he will hand deliver it to your house, give you 2 hours of his time. You can invite 20 of your friends, and the price tag is $50,000. Now, to get the box set itself is $2,000.
But to get a hand delivered is $50,000.
$50,000.
Listeners, go to www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni Show. Get us up to $50,000.
We'll have Gene Simmons.
We'll
sit
have Gene
right
Simmons
here.
giving us this box set,
and he'll give us 2 hours of his time.
and we'll do nothing but talk about Vinnie Vincent the whole
That'll be gorgeous.
time.
We'll have 22 of you behind the box.
And when he tries to complain, fuck you. We paid for
That's
your
right.
time.
And Eddie will tune in with, there will be no talk of Vinnie Vincent. We will talk about Vinnie.
And I will end the conversation with looking him in the eye saying, Wu-Tang did that better.
Oh, my Lord.
For $2 million, motherfucker.
$2 million.
Yeah, that album that Martin Shkreli bought. Was
I
like
remember.
$2 million.
Oh, yeah, the unreleased, undone, all sorts. I remember that.
Yeah.
And one lucky person got it for,
No, a scumbag.
yeah.
That scumbag bought it.
But he's not going to release it. And you know what? It goes back to, in the Kiss world, there was the unreleased video for a song they had in 1981. This song never saw the light of day. It was auctioned off. A very well-known Kiss collector bought it. He appeared on Three Sides of the Coin with Mike Branville, Tommy Summers, Mark Cicchini, and he eventually released the clip. Now, and this is where I had a conversation with one of the freaks. I mean, there are Kiss fans and there are freaks.
Mm-hmm.
Where I made a joke. I was like, "Oh, Gene needs to release this to the public for free, or at the very least, pay me $200 to have it because he owes it." He don't know you shit. Wu-Tang don't know you shit. All the unreleased Tupac stuff, they don't owe you shit. And I will quote Mark Cicchini from Three Sides of the Coin. When I heard the $50,000 price tag, I looked it up. You go to the GeneSimmonsVault.com. It gives you the different price ranges and the different levels of either he brings it to you or you get the special gimmicks or whatever. And I'm sure it's going to be released in a cost-effective manner to the public some way, somehow, someday. This is a promotion. This is a gimmick, if you will. What Mark says every time someone sends him a little picture, because Mark is like the country's premier Kiss collector. He happens to have the podcast, too. What is this worth? And Mark says every time, it's worth whatever someone's willing to pay for it.
See, talking about the Wu-Tang, what they did with that album, they had some recordings from Old Dirty Bastard still, who's dead, which made it worth something right then and there.
Right.
And they wanted to try something new. They actually had it in a museum room where people could they paid like $50 and went in there. They could sit there, put on headphones, and listen to the album.
That's a
what they were
fantastic
doing.
idea.
And then Martin Shkreli bought it because it had a $2 million price tag. And the philosophy that the RZA had was he felt that music had been cheapened by digital downloading and streaming.
So you went the Gene Simmons route.
Kind of did.
The internet has killed rock and roll.
Kind of. He was kind of like, he thought the art in the music was missing, so they wanted to put together something they thought was actually art. And I kind of dug what he was doing. I wouldn't have done the $2 million price tag. I would have kept it in the museum. He wanted something that they had that couldn't be leaked, couldn't be copied, but then Shkreli bought it, and he's not sharing it with anybody.
But if it's under control, who would leak it? Someone in the corporation? And I say corporation because, let's be honest, Wu-Tang...
Mostly engineers sometimes copy shit. And,
Right. Mr. Belvedere.
And you know
Fucking
what?
hate that guy.
I'm gonna turn the mic over.
Go ahead. No, more input from you is better than less, my friend.
You don't want to talk about the music?
He's gonna have his beer.
He's gonna have his beer. And he's gonna let his salad digest.
Anyway, I don't have a problem. I did a little bit in the beginning with a $50,000 price tag, but when you figure, let's say you want Gene Simmons to open your music store. Eddie opens a music store. He wants Gene Simmons. What do you think the personal appearance fee is going to be for a guy like Gene Simmons?
It's probably less than the cost of that collection.
Probably. And at the end of it, all of it, you're gonna for your $50,000, you get you, 24 of your friends, you get 2 hours at a time, you get the box set, you get the gimmicks. He's probably gonna sign shit for hours at your house, and then he's gonna leave. He's not gonna just get in his car from Los Angeles, California, drive to Jerkwater, Iowa, just to say, "Hello, Fred. Here's your box set. Let's sit down and have lunch." No, he's gonna get on a plane. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna travel. It's kind of cost effective.
Yeah.
But if you have $50,000 and that's what you want,
and
take
if the
it.
If the music is truly, here's the thing. This is where I'm going to give him credit. If the music is truly one of a kind and it's not available anywhere else, if you're a collector, it's worth it. For that, especially if he's going to come to your house and deliver it.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's an opportunity. Either somebody can sit down and actually have a conversation about things he probably wouldn't talk about when the cameras are on.
Right.
Get him on the show.
Boom.
He probably wouldn't do it. But
First person to donate $50,000, you're sitting on that couch right over there when we interview Gene Simmons on the Local
sit on
Giovanni
that
Show.
couch and we're going to arrange for a massage. Fucking, I don't care.
One of the comments came in. It says, Ange says it's kind of what Al Snow was saying the night of the big fight about sports no longer being sports. It's more about the entertainment, the ticket pricing, and everything else. It's a business. Music is a business. When you strap on that guitar, you get your turntable, or whatever it is you play that you want to excel at, you're thinking music first, career second. Then you get the career.
The audience doesn't want to think of the business part.
No, they want what they want.
Right.
You know, I said it to Nathan Hunt in that interview we did on the tour bus. I could go see Metallica at a $350 ticket and either be entertained or disappointed. Or I could spend $30, go see Nathan's band, which I know is going to kick ass every time, not be disappointed, and walk away saying, that was worth everything I paid for it. If they'd have charged $80, it's worth everything I paid for it. On down the line. The same thing goes for Red Sox tickets, Yankee tickets, football tickets, NASCAR tickets. If you're willing to spend the money to be entertained, no price is too small. But if you find the price is too big, guess what? You do not have to be involved in it. You don't have to watch the hottest TV show on earth. If you don't like The Big Bang Theory, turn the fucking channel. If you don't like the Wu-Tang Clan, don't buy their fucking records. And if you don't like Gene Simmons and you don't want this experience, don't spend the $50,000. And if you have $50,000 to spend, we'll invite you here, and you can pay for it. We will have you on the show along with Gene Simmons.
But there's a whole segment of the population that literally thinks anything to do with art should be free.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, then there's no art for anybody.
You know why the reason Taylor Swift and Garth Brooks and Gene Simmons live in these big houses? Because they've worked their ass off, they've earned the money, and they have the right to live in that big house. They don't have to have 40 people living there with them, but that's what they want. You owe this to me. I'm your fan. Big fucking deal. I love all the people that listen to us, but the minute somebody says to me, you have to do this because we're the fan.
You know what? Look at Eminem. He can't fucking leave the house.
No.
Like, you hear him talk. He looks like someone who can't leave the house.
He really does.
You know, he can't. And he's said in a couple of his songs, he can't even go to a fucking McDonald's with his daughter without getting fucking harassed. He had to hide during her high school graduation because he didn't want all eyes on him, for lack of a better term. You know?
I just recently watched a documentary about Diana, Princess of Wales.
Yeah.
Even after she's ousted, she still did the charity work, but you still had 30 to 40 paparazzi
People loved her.
wherever she. Oh, and rightfully so. That was such a good and caring woman. Yes, she had her issues, but don't we all? I think we went back to that earlier.
Because she came from the hood and she stayed hood, yo.
Yo.
Boom.
For lack of a better term.
Like that.
Right. But it killed her. In the end, all that paparazzi, all that, I need her picture, I want her picture. It's not like you or me taking a picture of a star that we like, which we're normal people. We understand people are people. Gene Simmons.
You know what's funny? I would never... there are celebrities that live up by my house. Like, I would never do that to them.
Carol Spinney lives up here where he
Carol,
does.
I've seen Carol Spinney. He's been
Yeah.
in my store.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. Like, I've seen what's her name? Fucking Bridget Jones there. Zellweger. I've seen her in Target.
Yep.
You know, I would never do that to them.
John Travolta lived in my town in Florida and was
There's a
in the
lot of-
store that I worked in, and he's another guy because you can't chase him around because they are people.
Yeah.
There are people that will chase him around.
They're trying to live a life. I mean,
Right.
it's-
But to go back to that point, it's not like you or me or Loki, like, say, we were just at Fenway Park recently trying to catch a picture of Mookie Betts. Hey, Mookie, turn this way, and you take the picture, and you're good. You got a picture of Mookie Betts. He's giving you, like, the fucking gun in the wink, and everything's good. But then you have the jackass that takes the picture, makes 4,000 copies, sells them on eBay at $50 a piece.
And they want the worst picture.
Bingo.
They want the worst picture.
But that's
they can
what these
find.
people were doing. That's what these people do, the paparazzi. I just took this picture of Princess Diana and her fuck toy,
I-
50,000.
I know you guys aren't big fans of him, but that happens with Kanye West. They take pictures of him the worst fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, where he's pissed off, he's not smiling. Like,
Why can't I just go out?
He is an asshole, but they're like, oh, he's the fucking worst asshole.
Well, he
It's
should
like-
he should be able to go out with his wife and his kids and have dinner
There's
or
a YouTube
go to
video.
a movie.
There's a YouTube video of him at one of his houses. This is before he got married, and the automatic garage door's opening, and fucking a paparazzi runs in, fucking hits the automatic sensor on his garage, and it pops open, and Kanye comes out, and he's like, "Did you just come in my fucking house?"
Private property, jackass. You're under arrest.
But
Boom!
he's hot tempered. He's not going to do that. He's going to fucking punch him.
Yeah, exactly.
He grabbed a paparazzi's camera and smashed it.
Trespassing. He has the right. Boom.
You know,
done.
it's like he's
I'm sticking up for Conway. Something must be fucked up right now.
Conway.
Conway West.
Conway's dead, man.
Kanye Twitty.
Kanye Twitty.
I'm sticking up for him right now.
But
You,
no, like,
you go on
I-
private property,
I-
you deserve to get shot or beaten or whatever.
I like my celebrities, you know, fucking, and if I saw him, I'd be like, oh, dude, hey, fucking great movie this summer, and then I'd leave it at that. I wouldn't like.
I've done the same thing.
I'm not gonna interrupt their family time and shit, you know. Like if I saw a celebrity with a bunch of kids, I won't even approach him.
No, we had the meet and greet just recently with Al Snow, Marty Drunketti, and Bob Orton happened to be there. We both made our way up. We were kind, civil, gracious, and happy to be there. Nobody's beating down the door trying to take pictures of him or get quotes about his kid. You treat him like a human being,
Right.
you're going to get treated like a human being in return. I mentioned John Travolta. I could go back to Dan Aykroyd being at the casino. Great guy.
You can still bump into them there
If you talk to him like a human being and don't go, oh my God, it's Dan Aykroyd, you're my favorite. No, then you're going to get shot down or some security guy's going to beat the shit out of you with your own leg.
Right.
But treat them like human beings.
Fucking Kesha couldn't get a hug from Jerry Seinfeld. He like totally blew her off because he didn't know who the fuck she was. So like these
Who
guys,
wants to hug Jerry Seinfeld anyway? I'd rather hug Kesha.
Kesha.
Well, all right.
There's a video. Kesha walks up like, "Oh, you're my favorite. Can I have a hug?" And he's like, "No, I don't think so.
I want to meet Carrie Underwood.
No, that's okay." And he's like, "I don't know who she is." He's like, "That's Kesha."
Well, I didn't know who she was.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know who she was.
She wasn't at the coffee shop.
I guess
I
Jerry-
didn't know who she was.
Jerry Seinfeld, I guess, doesn't like he doesn't like touching
Yeah.
unless he knows
Howie
you.
Mandel was the same
Yeah,
way.
he doesn't like touching unless he
Yeah,
knows
well,
you.
isn't Howie like over that now?
I don't know,
Or
but when
something
he was at
strange
the
happened.
casino one time and he came into one of my shops and I extended my hand, I'm like, okay.
You know, I don't know if you've ever seen Howie Mandel do stand up though. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
he's nuts.
fucking hilarious guy.
He was funny when he had hair.
He shaved it because it got caught. He got caught in the rubber glove when he would do that.
Yeah. he
See,
fucking
you
snapped
got
that.
something for us there, my friend? Welcome back.
You got to catch up. We need 2 out of you.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus. All right. So.
No, not Jesus, Chris.
No, Jesus.
Okay, gotcha.
Jesus Chris.
That's the guy that played with Kiss.
Jesus. So, as y'all happen to know, they picked out a cable for the up and coming Deadpool movie.
I was wondering what you thought of that.
Now
you know
you're
what's
gonna find
fucked
out
up?
What's
fucked up?
Man, are they fucking gonna follow their own rules or what? Come on, he's Thanos. He's the slack jawed motherfucker there from
Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex. Thank
That's
you.
DC though.
But that's out. I'm working it. I'm
Okay.
working it. All right,
all right.
because he's so much more.
So much more.
He's Brand in the Goonies.
That's the original. That's the original right there.
Which he says he would do a sequel.
No, I would love to
Yes.
see that. But my point being is, look, he's already in the Marvel universe. I understand Fox. Yeah, right, exactly. And I understand Fox owns Deadpool, and they're not exactly Marvel rights. But, dude, can you only do so? Can I just say, I originally thought, you remember the movie Avatar?
You know what? Here's the thing,
Yeah.
though. This happened with Chris Evans. Remember, he's a Human Torch, and then he became Captain America.
Yeah, they never looked back on that, and
Yeah, they haven't revisited.
I'm sorry.
Well, they talked about
Human Torch.
crossing over Fantastic Four and X-Men at one point, but then they just kind of, oh god, we're
Yeah, I was gonna say
blowing
that-
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four was horrible. All incarnations thus far have been horrible. My point being is, you remember the movie Avatar?
Of course.
Do you remember the main sergeant there with the white
yeah.
hair? That's Cable. All day long, dude. You so could have given somebody an option to to do the right choice and to do it, the way it's supposed to be done. And I think they failed on this one, man. I have nothing against Josh. I don't. I think he's great. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he's going to do with Thanos.
But this
to be honest with
sounds
you.
to me like you're supposed to forget that he played this other fantastic role, and now he's playing this role. It'd be like Adam West playing Batman and Superman.
It's like we're supposed to forget there's two Quicksilvers.
Yeah, no,
This is
I
where
hear you.
this is where I wish they would just like with they
Like,
do it with Sony,
kiss and
like
make
they do-
up?
like Spider-Man. Marvel doesn't have Spider-Man back.
no.
No.
Sony still has Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but they're letting Marvel make the movies.
Right.
And Sony keeps distribution. I wish Fox and Marvel would kind of, because I kind of agree. I'm with Hugh Jackman on this one. I kind of would have loved to see Iron Man and Wolverine fucking go at it.
That would've been badass.
Hugh Jackman says the only way he would come back.
That
Yeah.
would be
No,
badass.
you'd have
Although
to.
he did a great job in Logan,
Although-
that ending story.
Although I got a suspicion he's going to show up in Deadpool 2. Those Ryan Reynolds and him have had a bromance going on for a while.
For a long time.
I don't think
Well,
it-
that's because Logan and fucking Deadpool. Like, Deadpool loves Logan and Logan hates Deadpool.
Yeah.
So
and
it's-
they didn't quite. I don't think they quite got it with obviously Origins because that Deadpool was terrible.
And Spider-Man, I mean,
I'm liking him. I'm still Team Toby, but I like the new Spider-Man.
No, I do.
haven't seen
I do.
it.
I haven't
Not
seen
the
the new
Andrew.
movie yet.
Is it not the Andrew
I
Garfield?
don't like those movies at all.
No.
You know,
Garfield
what?
was horrible. He had an arrogance about him.
I couldn't buy
Everybody was
him
horrible.
because he was in that Social Network film, and
He just
all
had
I
an
saw
arrogance
was
about him
that character.
That Peter Parker didn't have that arrogance until
No,
later.
Peter Parker
you know what I'm
was
saying? And
a
if you're
twit.
doing an original, and if you're doing an origin story, Peter Parker was very lame. He was very lanky. He tripped over himself. He was very awkward. He was a nerd in every
Until
sense
he
of the
put
word.
the suit on.
Right, exactly. When he put the mask on, he was somebody else. He was Spider-Man. He
Right.
wasn't Peter
And
Parker.
do you know what's
anymore.
fucked up?
What's fucked up?
Jamie Foxx in Spider-Man 2, the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I still
the electric
with the hair
fucking-
thinging going
Electro?
on.
Yeah, like you're my friend.
Yeah.
So he's doing Wanda, but in the Marvel
No,
universe.
it's fucking terrible.
No, it was. It was.
it was fucking. And I like Jamie Foxx,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I think
And
these
he's one of the
actors-
more dangerous enemies of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
And to
They-
kind of like,
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like sometimes I think these actors are so desperate to be a part of some superhero franchise that they take the worst roles.
Val Kilmer.
well, they were gonna throw fucking
George Clooney.
weren't they gonna throw fucking Inconceivable and the Rhino fucking? and
Oh, the Sinister Six.
But I would have
Paul Giamatti there.
I could have bought that. I could have bought that.
I'm the Rhino, Inconceivable.
And then you have Mandy Patinkin if he's still alive. Is he? I don't know.
Yes, he is.
Like, that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man, and just like took a fucking dive.
All right,
Like,
Eric says Andrew was a good Spider-Man, but Toby was a good Peter Parker. I haven't seen the Andrew Garfield films. Again, I watched a clip of it. I can't get past. I can't get past
you
Social
could say
Network.
the same thing.
So-
my problem with that is you could say the same thing with the whole Batman thing.
George Clooney was an amazing Bruce Wayne.
But he's a suck ass
Shitty Batman.
Can I
you know what I'm
respond to
saying?
this?
So
Yes.
So
you
he's,
gotta do
he's
both.
saying the CGI was better in the new movies than the other ones.
I don't know, Eric. You're gonna have
That's
to stand up
basically
for
all he's
yourself.
saying.
You're gonna have to stand up for yourself on this one. I cannot help you.
Because the
here.
rest of it's voiceover. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way Tobey Maguire was doing.
Come
that
on,
shit.
dude. That's like saying fucking Carl Urban does fucking Dredd better than fucking Sylvester
he does.
Stallone. How?
I love
How the
that movie.
fuck can you do the law?
I am the law.
Carl Overman at least kept the mask on, the helmet on, like he's supposed to.
That's true.
right.
That's true. But that
That's why
wasn't. That was director right there. We got to see your face, Sly. We got to see your face. You know.
I know that's the Hollywood shit. But
So you
come
got-
on, I thought Dredd was good. I liked it.
The new one?
Yeah, I liked it.
Alrighty. So
I'm shut down on this one.
back to the comic book world.
All right.
Batwoman. Yeah, I
A
know.
long forgotten character in
mean
the DC.
Batgirl?
No,
Oh,
Batwoman.
Thank you.
A long forgotten character in the DC universe. He's going to the Google machine already. I love it. You got him.
You got me on this one. I don't know this one.
Put up a picture when you got it. It's
The reason why Batwoman never took off was because back in the 90s, she was originally married. She was a lesbian, full-blown lesbian character.
and I'm going back to the 70s, remembering her from the Batman family.
Catherine Kane.
Yes.
Yes. They had like the annuals 4 times a year. They call them annuals, but
Yes.
they're obviously quarter annuals. The Batman family, and they have stories from Robin, Batman, Batgirl, all the way down the line. And Batwoman, up until like 1982, had a portion of the story, and then she just faded away until
She
the animated
disappeared.
series.
Right, exactly. Well, they tried to come out with a comic book series, and it actually took off until it was shown that she was a lesbian.
Lesbianic.
Right, exactly.
I made that
she
word
was a
up.
lesbian. Now, they're going to try to bring it back. Now, maybe because it's
A little more kosher now?
that's what I'm thinking. That's my it's fucked up part. How come when and we just played before we even came on the show, you played a video where it was
Fred Sanford against Aunt Esther from the old Sanford and Son,
Thank
and then
you.
I played an
Thank
Archie
you.
Bunker clip.
and then the Archie Bunker clip is my absolute fucking favorite.
I wish I
My
could play it. If
absolute
I didn't
fucking
think we'd
favorite.
get sued, I'd play it just
I know,
so
you
you,
know, I know,
you guys
I know,
could
I
see
know.
how non-titty sensitive the real world was before your snowflake ass
back
got
then.
into
And
it.
if you ever
And
listen,
if you're looking right now, like I got Batwoman on
There
the
she
screen, and
is.
She's pretty badass. She
no,
almost very red
and
hoodish.
that's pretty
Right.
true to the original costume, although the red was yellow back then in the 70s and 80s.
now this isn't
Batgirl's
the first.
colors are
This
yellow.
isn't the first
well,
time.
this was a black and yellow
Right.
outfit. Batgirl was purple and yellow and sparkles, and Yvonne Craig, God bless her.
Are you saying she's black and yellow, black and yellow,
Black and yellow, black and yellow. Yes, I am.
Now, this isn't the first time that his comic has gotten shot down. Image. Actually, Todd McFarlane made a guy couple. One was called The Atom, and then the other one was like
The Nucleus.
something infinite or something. They literally had like this on and off romance, and he loved the story. He himself personally loved the story. He felt like they were more real than anybody he's ever created. But because they didn't buy it back then, and because everybody was like, no, that's not right, that's not happening, it got shut off.
Was it the Marvel Universe sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s had a team? I can't remember what they were or what the name was, Cloak and Dagger or some bullshit, and one of them was gay. And
Yeah, Cloak, the black guy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And while the other one's beating him and using these like anti-gay slurs, he eventually pulls his partner off and says, "You need to stop." Why? Because I'm gay.
Yeah.
And it was that was the breakthrough for comics. Even, I mean, it was bigger than Batwoman,
look
but
at-
then again, Batwoman was again a forgotten
Back
entity.
in the day, in the early comics, and this has been forgotten, Peter Parker was molested.
Mm-hmm.
Like
People thought Batman
I forget
was-
who it was. Like, it was some guy invites him over or he invites him up for candy or something and molests him.
People thought that the original Bruce Wayne Dick Grayson dynamic was not to coin a pun there, dynamic duo, but they thought that Bruce Wayne was a pedophile because he allowed this 14-year-old kid to just move into his house and be his partner and
let's
all that bullshit.
let's not forget.
And then the comic
Dick
code was
Grayson
born.
to this day still adores Bruce. Like you
Idolizes.
you can't say a bad thing in front of him and he'll fucking
Anybody who's watched Under the Red Hood, you see, I don't need your help, Dick. Got it. He's on the Nightwing gimmick. He's like, no, I owe you this. You're in deep. You need a partner. I'm gonna come help. then you stay back 50 paces and don't fuck with me and all this. Kevin Conroy is the best, by the way.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah, of course.
Kevin Conroy. Although I just watched Killing Joke recently. If you haven't watched it, it's fucking fantastic.
I've heard it actually sucks.
Oh no, bro!
I've heard the movie.
So
I love the
animation-
comic, but the movie I heard was terrible.
Animation is not up to snuff, but the story is true to the
Well,
book.
it's like an '80s story anyway, so
I
it
liked,
probably seems like outdated.
Possibly.
I did see Batman versus Robin versus
Batman versus Robin, Damian
versus
Wayne,
Robin.
yeah.
That was a good one. That was actually the animation on that. But you know what's funny is recently, they just brought out, does Batman the animated series still pass to today's standards?
Absolutely.
And
My opinion.
now, see,
yes.
me and you, we could say this all day. And
First couple seasons,
absolutely, absolutely. Now they threw this at just kids, never seen this shit before, and they loved it. Like, absolutely fucking loved it. They said the animation was crisp, it was rich, and when they told them it was like from the fucking 90s, they were like, "What?"
That's like the Dark Ages. That's like that's like a Popeye cartoon.
The storytelling of that show
It was
like,
the best, dude.
You could watch it if you were a kid, or you could watch it as an adult, and it was like
because the
real-
adults got the double entendre and the sexual innuendo, whereas the kids were just glad to see the fights and the Joker and the Penguin.
That's
and all
what I
that other
liked
bullshit.
the most, like the Catwoman Bruce Wayne thing, or Selena Kyle Bruce
Oh
Wayne
man,
thing
that
was
dynamic,
there.
even
Not
in the
only-
books
not
in the
only
80s,
that-
when I'm a little kid,
I'm not a
you could
huge-
tell there was sexual tension, but as a kid, you're just like, he likes her and she likes him, but they're on the wrong side and they can't get together and all that bullshit. And then you get to be, 40, and you read back to those books or you watch those films, you're like, God
Well,
damn,
from
that's
somebody like
hot.
me who isn't a huge Batman fan, I like seeing that side. Even like Batman smirking. You never see that in the comics. He's way too fucking serious.
Once in a blue moon.
And I remember in the animated series when he made that fucking joke and he's wearing the cowl and everything. He walks away. He's got the smirk and
Yeah.
fucking Alfred's
eyebrow
just sitting
goes
there
up
like,
and
oh, did you just make a joke in your cowl, sir? You know, it was just the cartoon itself was fantastic.
And the first wink and nod to that, I know we already buried Val Kilmer, was in Val Kilmer's Batman when he goes to Nicole Kidman. He's like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm sorry. He turns around, breaks out the smile and walks away, but she doesn't see that. That was that whole, you didn't see it until you saw it.
Right.
And it only came out in the books every now and again, and the animated series brought that out first, then Kilmer, and now Batman has a tinge of humor to him. Whereas
no, he brings it out the best possible times. I think.
Yeah, the
now,
writers
and that's,
are great.
and that's the best part. Like he does have, it shows that he is starting to lighten up, and he is starting.
Oh yeah,
to,
the jokes he used to make in Superman were funny. Like I read a comic where something serious was going on, and Superman's like, "Oh, we got to do something," and Batman's like, "What? Spin around the world and set back time?" And he's like, and Superman goes, "That's ridiculous. Nobody can do that."
yeah, and you get the wink and the nod.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Who does that?
Superman and Batman are in a bar.
nobody.
All right, this is just for you guys. Don't tell anybody else. Everybody else, turn this off. So, Superman and Batman are in a bar, and Superman tries to make a joke, and he says, "What has two holes and goes down alleys?" And Batman starts crying, goes, "Stop talking about my parents." There you go.
Horrible.
Too soon?
Horrible.
Yeah,
Thomas
way,
and Martha have been dead
way too
since
soon.
the 50s. Killing me.
They're both.
Why did you say that name?
Come on, they're both orphans. Stop.
And their mothers are both named Martha. Well, at least
No, the one that's
Bruce
still
is
alive.
named Martha.
Yeah, the
and
one's-
the other one's stepmama is named Martha because
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like that's
there
like
you go.
we named the dog Indiana. Come on,
right.
Fuck,
We need
man.
Crypto the Wonder Dog.
that is Crypto the Wonder Dog.
If Clark is the only survivor of Krypton, how the fuck did Supergirl happen?
They were in a colony.
Oh dear, we're going
And-
full
and-
Mel Gibson now.
And if you
No,
and
they were
if
in
you
a,
really
they were in a colony.
it says the last son of
All
Krypton.
right.
Because Zod is from Krypton as well. So no, they were in a,
Well, they were banished to the Phantom
they
Zone.
were
They
in
don't
a
count.
they were on a Kryptonian colony called Argo City, and they sent her back to take care of Superman. She was older. They sent her back to take care of Superman, and
Yeah.
she got thrown off course. He ended up on Earth first. And by the time she got there, he was already Superman, and then he was like, "Well, put on this blue and red, and you can do this with me."
Yep.
All right, I'm back.
Otherwise, she would have been wearing pink.
So
Yeah,
that's
probably.
worse than some rich guy molesting a kid and making him his partner.
You didn't molest Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson did the molesting. Robin's the man in that relationship. Let's not forget.
That's why he talks like this.
I know, because he had too many fingers.
Got his
in
vocal
butthole.
cords blown out.
Anyway, Ed, you got something for us?
No, he's got to give 2.
I think he did.
Back to back.
Yeah, that
I
was
did
back to back.
Oh, was it? No.
He had the Fantastic Four. No, the Josh Brolin,
Yep.
and then
Right into
Batwoman.
the Batwoman.
right.
Because they are going to try to re-release it again.
Well, this is a rumor. We'll stick with comics. This is a rumor. A Joker origin film, but with Leonardo DiCaprio as Joker and not Jared Leto.
That kind of pisses me off, but I love it. Because...
Jared Leto is pissed off, by the way. He's said
He
this.
should
I
be.
know.
So apparently
And
there's
I'm-
been talk.
And I'm pissed off for him because I really do. I kind of wanted to see where he was going with it, but at the same time, he's very egotistical. So you don't give a person like him the role of the Joker. You know what I'm saying? Because it really does get into someone's head. Jack Nicholson controlled the Joker. Heath Ledger
died.
not control the
Heath Ledger
Joker.
had problems to begin with.
But he did
So-
not. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You-
Well,
do me a
it's true.
favor. Do me a favor. Get pissed off one day.
That's
And-
easy.
Now, do me a favor.
Go on Facebook.
Laugh maniacally. Just do it and see how good it feels.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Now. Imagine if you're doing that every day. Every day you embrace this character. Every day it becomes a part of you. Jack is crazy enough to take that shit and just kind of put it to the side.
He's been playing that role.
Yeah, right?
I'm saying I ain't worried about Jack.
Jack Nicholson was playing the Joker before it was even a thing.
Exactly.
If you ever seen his bit part in Little Shop of Horrors, he's like, don't stop now.
Yeah, he's a fucking
He's
joke.
nuts.
Yeah. Now,
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He's fucking nuts.
The Shining.
Yep.
There'll be
And
no
even-
talk of The Shining.
Even now, in his older days, he was nuts in The Departed.
Fuck yeah. Oh, absolutely. Took that guy's fucking face.
Yep.
Take care of this fucking mess.
That's right.
Like I said, I do believe that role destroyed Heath. I don't think
There's
he was ready.
something
I don't
to
think he
that.
was ready. I mean, he drilled it for a reason.
He immersed
because
himself in the
exactly
role.
he became the Joker, and that was the problem. Is he couldn't control it, and this is the problem with Leto. Is he's the same type of person. He's very egotistical. He's very self-centered.
He's like
now
this
to
method
take,
actor. And
right now to take this role that he sent people dead rats.
I
dude.
remember reading
Will
that.
Smith said in interviews, "I'd never met Jared Leto."
No,
this is what he says.
No,
I
yeah.
never met him.
Nope, I have no idea who the fuck he is.
I always met the Joker. I never met Jared Leto.
exactly. He was the fucking Joker.
And you guys
24/7.
know, because when we
Now
talked
take that
about
away from
Suicide
him.
Squad coming up, I was skeptical of how he'd do the role.
And you were right.
I saw I wasn't all the way right. I was 50% right.
He had some parts where I really felt like if they opened it up more.
The club scene was the Joker.
Oh fuck yeah!
You like her, huh?
Yeah.
You want some time with her? No, Joker, I ain't trying to. Oh, you're not trying to mac on my lady. What she's done? Boom.
Yeah,
That's the
fucking-
Joker.
that is the Joker.
Homicidal maniac. That was what it was. But they humanized. You can't humanize the Joker. He's in
Sleeping
love with
those
Harley.
knives
Harley.
and the perfectly organized patterns.
That's the Joker.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the whole love thing, Joker didn't give a fuck from the beginning of Harley
No,
Quinn.
he's not in love with her. He's
No.
in love with her obsession with him.
But
Right,
even so,
absolutely.
you saw when
He's
he
a
goes
narcissist.
when
And
he
even
saves
then-
her
and
at
even
toward
then-
the end. My darling, oh my pudding, and all that bullshit. I'm like, that's where he lost
that's
me.
right, absolutely.
That's where he lost
well, that's
me.
no,
He-
no,
he
no,
nailed
because
it.
that's what the people wanted.
Fuck what the people
See,
want.
You-
Give me the
you understand-
character.
You understand
That's
something
what
with
the
Harley
people
Quinn,
fucking
though.
want.
You know where Harley Quinn started, right?
Batman the animated,
Animated
series.
So you got to understand, Harley Quinn is something new in the relatively new in the Joker.
Right, right.
So anything you know about the Joker, you kind of got to push to the side and like, okay, there's this new part of Joker. You know, you kind of got to accept.
Depending
that.
on what origin
But-
you read, he killed his own family,
If you
or
here's
all
the
the,
thing.
all these other things.
Here's the thing: if you play the Arkham games, they have the best
They always do.
explanation for their relationship.
They always do.
Like if you listen to the bonus tapes and stuff, okay, like the Joker doesn't love her. Like I said,
No.
he's in love with her obsession.
You got to understand. Like she was a psychiatrist that was assigned to him. He got into her head so fucking bad. She became a psychotic fucking serial killer herself.
I will go so far to say the Joker is in love with Batman. I'll go so far to say that.
Without question.
Because he can't handle that Batman just won't kill him.
The line at the end of The Dark Knight where Heath Ledger's hanging upside down, he goes, "Oh, we're going to do this for a long time.
We're meant to do this
You
forever.
won't kill me out of some misplaced justice notion, and I won't kill you because you're just too much fun."
Yeah.
And that nailed the 30 years up to that point that I've been reading these comic books.
You can look at the Green Arrow would happily kill the Joker.
Green Lantern would
Robin
kill Sinestro
would
in a
happily
moment.
kill the Joker.
Superman.
Robin and Two-Face.
Take his fucking child away from him right in front of him. Oh, he'll take his fucking heart out. No problem.
I'll go more to
Superman, I think, has tried to kill the Joker.
Oh, Batman stepped in numerous times.
Injustice is all about the Joker.
It's about
killing Lois.
Exactly.
And he snaps.
And he freaks.
Yep.
He's like,
You
that's
know?
it.
But this fucking holier than thou principle that Batman
And see,
has,
this is
the Joker is obsessed with that.
And this
He
is
wants to
my
break
point
him.
with Jared
Right.
Leto.
He mentioned that. Well, speaking like he's a real fucking person. They mentioned that in Under the
The
Red
real
Hood.
us.
Under the Red Hood, Batman's got the gun to his head. You won't kill me.
Yeah.
You won't kill me. You believe in right is right, and you're going to send me to jail, and I'm going to escape. We're going to do this all over again. You will not kill me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's when Jason Todd with the Red Hood says, "But I'll do it."
One of the big plot points of Injustice is the Superman-Batman dynamic, where Superman literally says to him, "I did what you couldn't do."
Yeah, which you would never do.
Right.
Which
I did what you never
do.
would do, and the world's a better place now, and I'm keeping it safe, and that's all part of his insanity.
Right, exactly.
And Superman, it's funny. Superman kills a Joker, and he crosses over into that place.
Part 2 is
that-
even better than
yeah,
that. The way
Batman,
they played it.
he crossed over to that place Batman doesn't want to go.
Yeah, yep. And
But
there's
Superman
a reason
goes
why.
there.
And there's a reason why he didn't want to go there, because he didn't want to be that fucking person.
Exactly.
And going back, like I said, to the Jared Leto point, is if you have someone like, and I'm a huge Leo fan right now, and I've told people this, dude, he blew my fucking mind with Django.
Yes.
Blew my
yeah.
fucking
Wolf of
mind
Wall
with
Street,
Django.
too.
Dude,
Wolf of
that
Wall
one.
Street.
and-
Again, The
and
Departed.
Critters, that Departed. I mean,
Stop it.
fucking what was the other one where he did the fucking bear? The
The Revenant?
Revenant.
Oh, the Revenant.
haven't seen
that. Was
that.
a fucking dude.
If we just
listen to
take
me,
Titanic out of the mix, all his films are really good.
he's gonna
like
drill.
Titanic.
He's gonna drill the Joker, and not just for the image because he looks like Jack already,
Yeah.
but Leo has been around long enough to control that aspect and take it into himself. So he is gonna fucking destroy the Joker role. Now, go back to Leto. He is beside himself right now.
I can't have my
He
baby
poured himself into that role. He was pissed when they took fucking what? I think it was like 15 minutes out of the movie. He was pissed.
back. I just recently watched
He wanted
the
that shit fucking.
I just recently watched the uncut version
Yeah, I watched
on
the director's cut.
Right,
That's the
so it
one
was
I
on
saw.
Amazon or HBO or some bullshit like that, and
I bought the Blu-ray.
the scene wasn't that good. The scenes
That's
that
one where
we're
he's
talking
fucking
about,
See,
tormenting
that's the thing
that
with
guy,
these-
right?
That's the thing when these scenes get cut. There's usually a reason for it.
yeah,
Right,
because
but
they don't stand up.
That was him. That's what he was like. No, that was.
You
that
ever
was
watched
my-
Terminator 2, the special edition?
Yes.
It's nice to watch, but there's a lot of useless shit in it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you can.
I remember. What was the first one I ever watched? That was it. Lethal Weapon. Remember Lethal Weapon came out with their director's cut, and they had stupid.
Yeah, I've
like,
actually never seen it.
and it was like I remember watching it. I was like, "Oh, that wasn't
Yeah.
that impressive."
The only director's
the Lord
cut,
of the Rings ones. It's a half hour of bullshit. Like,
I'm not down to watch a 12-hour.
about the only films that I can think of that the stuff that ends up on the cutting room floor could have made the movie and made it better. The Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob films, all the way back, and I say that
Yeah,
because
'cause they cut
Clerks,
funny stuff
Oh
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's My Boy with Adam Sandler, and Andy Samberg. You can't say those two names together without fucking it up. Great deleted scenes. Excuse me, and Ted. That's it. Every time you see a deleted scene, you're like, oh, okay,
Actually,
I get it, but It's not that good.
I will say, Aliens, the special edition, I think is better than the original.
Okay.
It really is because it
Well, Superman.
adds.
I remember watching that on regular TV. And remember that one scene where they had they would come down the hallway and the guns were going crazy. Then they cut that scene out forever.
Well, it wasn't in the theatrical version.
Right, exactly. They cut that forever, and I was like, dude, I know I'm not crazy. I know I've seen this fucking scene where the machine guns fucking run out of bullets. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking crazy.
You know what? You know what's a kicker about that scene? Those scenes are so great, but you never really see any aliens in
You
the
don't
hallway.
know, it's
need
funny.
to. It's the suspense. You're like,
Right.
oh my God, these things are nonstop.
Going back to something we talked about a couple weeks ago, and actually did my homework on this, was First Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And they did
Yeah.
cut a scene,
They filmed it.
much like the
That's how the
book.
novel ends.
Exactly.
Right.
And I watched it. I looked it up online, and I found the deleted scene, and I watched it. I'm like, it would have been so great. This could have been an iconic standalone film like Scarface.
Because he's like, you made this, you end it,
Right.
referring to himself.
Right.
Yep. And having Troutman there and all that, it would have been so great. This standalone film, like a Scarface, like a Gone with the Wind. No sequel, no bullshit. If you want to see it, this is it.
I really believe if they had kept that scene in, Stallone's performance was great in that scene. So he might have been nominated himself, but definitely Richard Crenna, because Richard Crenna tears
Yeah.
in that scene where he has to kill Rambo. Like, that totally would have Oscar
And
nominated
not
that
to,
movie.
I always say the two best Rambo films are the bookends, the first one and the last one. The other
Yes.
two can kiss a dick for all I care.
Well, they were made during an action genre phase, and I mean,
Oh, in the
let's
height of
be
the
honest.
Cold
They
War.
were
and
looking
let's-
for another franchise.
Exactly.
Right.
Because
Yes.
Rocky was getting tired,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what's ironic about Rambo 2? It's considered like one of the worst ones. It was written by James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey guys, real quick, you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
Jason Momoa is doing The Crow.
Yeah, I know. You keep bringing it up.
I know.
I'm not watching it.
Quick fire. So
There we go.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a Joker. Yay, nay.
I like it.
I'm saying nay.
I like it.
I am. I'm going to say nay, not because I don't like Leo, just because I want the DC universe to be established, and I think this.
He's
quick
young
fire,
enough.
quick-
He's young enough. Joker's
No.
Well, wait.
Joker's
I
an
know-
older
I
gentleman.
know where
Joker.
He's going. I know where he's going. You don't want to Henry Cavill for these 2-3 films, and then all of a sudden it's boom, it's the new guy. And Batman,
Especially when I think it's Zack Snyder's
Right.
the problem and not Henry Cavill.
and you can go
Like,
back to the
Oh
Batman
no,
franchise.
I love Henry Cavill
He's
as
awesome.
Superman.
Right.
I love him as Superman.
You can go back to the '90s Batman franchise where it was Keaton, then Kilmer, then George Clooney, and it was just a revolving door. Stop fucking around.
They were only doing that because they were, like you were saying, they were trying to keep the franchise.
No, they're doing
going.
it because Keaton is a smart fucking actor, and he thought the
Yes.
other ones were shit.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
and he's very much true.
Quickfire fucked up. Casey Affleck was recently on an interview saying Ben Affleck doesn't want to play Batman anymore.
Why you put up?
No, he doesn't say, but he kind of stops and he goes, I probably shouldn't have said anything. But there's a rumor that this Batman film that's coming out might be Affleck's last.
I will say this as a Batman freak aficionado fan or whatever you want to call me. Ben Affleck did a good job as Batman.
He did.
He might be third on my list.
His one fight scene when he's rescuing Martha was probably the best part of the movie.
I love Christian Bale as Batman in those 3 films. I will always love Michael Keaton. Adam West I don't consider
think he
because
was
that's
too skinny.
television.
I
I
consider
think
Adam
I
West.
think Bale was too skinny.
I'll agree with that.
He just like I loved him as Bruce Wayne, and I loved him as Batman
you did
too.
have to suspend some disbelief with Christian Bale.
And that was just
Yeah.
it. Like you see him like when they go for the far off things, and you're like, "Damn,
I
Batman's
know-
skinny."
Yeah.
And I know you don't like The Dark Knight Rises, but I do agree there's a lot of suspension of disbelief.
You don't like The Dark Knight Rises?
Wow.
Me and
That's
him-
the first I've heard of this.
Me and him have talked about this.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah,
We've
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about it, the 3 of us.
Back to
Good fucking movie, by the way.
back to Affleck. There's a problem with that. People memed the shit out of him, and Affleck is a very proud person. This whole
But he made everyone eat crow. with
Yes, he
Batman v
did.
Superman. I'm sorry, people ate crow. Like, holy shit, this
they
was
did.
awesome.
The 3
but
of us
even
were
though-
among
But you gotta
them.
understand, like, even though people like eat crow, they still fire back. And Affleck's old school. Like he can still sit there until he's blue in the face and be like, but I
Because
fucking drilled that
he's
role. And they'll be
counting
like,
his millions, and he can do that
No.
because the better the movie is, especially in the comic book genre, the better the movie is, the more money it's going to make. You can make a shitty
I think
comic
the
book
problem
movie.
is,
Judge
I
Dredd.
think the problem is
Judge
he
Dredd, Zack
wanted to
Snyder.
go somewhere. No, he wanted to go somewhere with Batman, and they smacked his pee-pee, and they said no,
Yes.
no,
Because he was going to direct the
right?
Batman
Yeah,
film. and
you are not doing this. No. So then Affleck, we know he's from fucking Boston.
And then
What do people
a mini
from
quick
Boston
fire.
fucking say when you tell them no?
A mini quick
Fuck
fire.
that.
Fuck that. Exactly.
You know what's fucked up? This is a mini quick fire. Then we can wrap up the comic talk. But the new director of the Batman, Affleck, is still in the movie. Whether Manganiello is still Deathstroke, I guess, is up in the air now.
Okay.
But
that I want him out anyways. I'm sorry.
You know who
I-
won't be in the movie?
that
I'm
you know what?
sorry.
The guy from Avatar you were talking about, he could be Deathstroke.
I could roll with that.
You know who,
buy-
you know who
I
won't
could
be in this
buy
movie?
that.
movie?
Yes.
Harry
yes.
Dean Stanton.
I
God rest his soul. What a great actor.
The director of this new Batman movie is making statements saying something along the lines of, "This is not part of the DC universe.
How?
This is why DC can't have nice things."
Yes. Because people say stupid things and it neglects everything that you
I
just
think
made.
they hurt themselves already by disconnecting from the TV shows, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have mind seeing that kid in a Justice League movie. I really wouldn't have. You know,
I think ignoring certain characters has been they've put in some characters that
A
I wouldn't.
connection, dude. They just had fucking Justice League versus Teen Titans, a fantastic
Right.
fucking animated movie, man.
But-
fucking
DC's always had better luck with animated
The
movies.
live act. Oh yeah, without question. The live action movies, like we were just talking about, Wonder Woman, Superman, Justice League, all this, Suicide Squad. The ignoring certain characters because you don't believe they're going to hit. Yet we got Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, who are always fringe characters.
Oh, real quick. You know Josh Brolin was supposed to play fucking North?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
He turned that shit down.
Well, hot shit for that.
That's another one. Like, what the
Wow.
fuck, dude? That is his name, right? North?
North.
North, yeah.
Oliver North.
Yeah. No.
Just North?
No,
The other
what's
guy.
his, no, from Suicide Squad, the sergeant there.
Oh,
It was North, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
Sergeant
it?
North, that's
Wasn't
right.
it Sergeant North or something like that?
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
What is it? It sounds like North.
I thought it was North.
Norton?
Oh, it's not North.
Jackass?
But anyways, Josh Brolin was
Billy
supposed
Bob
to play
Thornton?
him too. So that was another, like, Josh just fucking loves these goddamn comic book roles, man. He just fucking loves them.
What do you think of the talk of Gotham City Sirens with Harley
like that.
Quinn and Poison
Wonder
Ivy,
Woman.
Catwoman? I don't know if Wonder Woman's gonna be in it, but there's gonna be
Well,
a
if they're
bunch of
do- oh,
Gotham,
not bombshells, I'm
Gotham,
sorry, I'm not-
Gotham villains,
Yeah, the
female
Sirens.
villains.
Yep.
I just got through speaking of the fringe characters that weren't the main event players. Sorry to take the wrestling turn, but you can be a main event player that makes the movie better, and the fringe characters sometimes kill it. Having Scarecrow in the 3 Batman Nolan movies, I got the first one. The second one was the cameo. The third one, he's back to being Dr. whatever the fuck. I can't remember his
Crane.
name. Dr. Crane. Not necessary.
I
Scarecrow is
agree.
a fringe character.
Yeah.
Freeze is a fringe character. Poison Ivy is a fringe character. There are so
Poison
many great
Ivy,
villains.
they've been throwing in a lot lately because of the romance between her and Harley Quinn.
bought.
They're
Bought and sold.
really trying to push that. Like that's been a big thing lately. I don't with me just saying with even taking that off the table, just to have another let's root for the bad
Flag.
guys thing.
Rick Flag.
Flag.
Ric
I
Flair?
knew it was something.
Flag.
Rick
Woo!
Flag. Yeah. I knew it was something like
North,
basic
South, flag,
flag
pole.
But
America.
it's I'm kind of done rooting for the bad guy. For a little bit it was fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for a little bit it was a nice change of pace, you know? Like we did it with Riddick and everybody else. Like, yay, okay, good job, bad guy.
Well,
No.
Riddick's the anti-hero.
He's the
Not
bad
really
guy.
a bad guy. He's
Much
the
like-
anti-hero.
Fucking
much like
bad guy.
Deadpool,
Let's be honest, dude. He'll murder you just as fast as he'll murder the other person if you start fucking around with this
With
shit.
a teacup.
okay?
But he has a moral
Right.
code. And that's where I bought into that, rooting for the bad guy.
Right.
He has a code.
There is one villain movie that I would totally
People are rooting
100%.
for Jason to fucking murder people. Come on, dude. He's a murderer.
Right.
We're getting to a point like even Saw. Are you rooting for the people to get out of these
No.
traps? No, you I
wanna
want to
see
see
their-
how this shit works, dude.
There's
Like,
never a happy ending
come
of those
on.
movies.
I want to
That's what
see
I'm
their
saying,
ribs
like-
ripped
No,
out.
like if
I think
they
it's
do-
about time we start stopping this fucking bullshit. Let's go back to fucking
I
rooting
know,
for the
but-
heroes again.
I know,
Roddy
but I would
Piper
love
started
to
it.
see a really great Venom movie. You got to admit that.
Yeah, it would be
if
nice.
it's done right,
And then lead to Carnage.
if it's done right, and then anti-venom,
Yes.
then oh my god, that would just be fucking. Yeah, that would I'd jizz if that ever happened. Absolutely, I'd
Wow,
jizz.
now that we
But
got
first
that
of all,
information.
there'd be so much. It would be. You might as well just watch a brand new fucking Godzilla versus King Kong. It'd
Oh,
be
dear
CG
God.
like fuck, man. All
Can't
over.
wait.
Your face would be twisted by the time you came out of that movie. It would be like fucking. Be like when you saw that shit from what is it? The Well, The Ring.
The Ring. Oh shit.
Your face.
Talk about a shitty sequel.
I
I had so much
know.
hope for. I love The Ring.
The best Hulk of all is still Lou Ferrigno. Forever.
He's the last physical actor that will ever play that role.
And
Right.
he will
If you
be
think
the
about
it. I agree.
bestest forever.
He's got to be.
He's still the voice. Of
He's
the
got
Hulk.
to be. He gets bigger and bigger in the fucking comics, dude.
Yep.
He used to be like Ferrigno.
Yeah.
When they first started drawing him, he wasn't this huge. I mean, he was Hulk. He was big, but he wasn't like, dude. This
Talk your comics for a minute. I'll be
dude's
right
like a
back.
fucking front side of a bus, man. Come on,
The
Actually,
front
th-
side, the back side, the whole
the
side.
whole fucking bus.
There's a side conversation that we can both have. Dead by Daylight.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Dead by Daylight versus the wonderful Friday the 13th game we've been playing.
Actually, I'm with you on the. I love the retro of Friday the 13th. I love it. The hearing the just
And the VHS scratching when he uses the ability. is
love it,
awesome.
dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. That being said, you know you're getting murdered. I mean, I start the game off and it's like you get to
I
the
gotta say-
cutscene, you're like, shit. I'm not Jason.
I gotta say, I've been playing. I was playing right before coming to the Valhalla Studios today, and I successfully knocked off his mask today. So I was happy. Trying to get up there in levels. Still have not got a single goddamn Pamela tape.
Yeah, me either.
I'm on a. Actually, I'll send you a link. I'm on a group on Facebook that talks about the game. And everyone's asking, like, what level were you in a Pamela tape? And I'm always like, they don't exist. It's a lie. But then I see these videos of people finding them. Like, I haven't found a single one. They say they're in the drawers. And they're like, oh, your luck's got to be really high. I perked the shit out of my luck, and I'm still not getting any of them.
Oh, you got to find them during the game.
Yeah, they're in the drawers.
Oh, okay. All right.
But people say, like, oh, I was level this and I got it. But then I saw one guy say, I was level 5 and I got one. And it's like totally random. And there are some games, I guess,
it's
that
gotta be
generate.
random.
There's some games that generate, I guess. This is from Ilphonic that says they just don't, or Gun Media rather, they just don't appear.
So, that being said, in case y'all didn't know, Dead by Daylight is a game where it's a smaller map.
Right.
Very
similar,
right?
but-
you have different objectives, and you actually have a better survival rate. And the thing I do like is Jason has a sensibility, and yes, I know you can mask
Yeah.
his sense, but eventually it kicks up. You know what I'm saying? And Dead by Daylight, there is no sense. Like you really have to pay attention.
Each of the killers have their own abilities.
Right.
You know, like there's one that's constantly cloaked, but the kicker is you got to uncloak before you can kill someone.
Right.
You know, I was just getting into that, and they have, I guess, acquired the Halloween and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre license, so
And,
you can play. And Bill from Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
Yes, Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
Bill from Left 4 Dead is in the game. So
I was gonna say, yeah. He was. I saw him getting skewered the other day,
yep,
and I was like, why do I know him? Why do I know him? And I
it's
was like,
Bill.
oh my god! Yeah.
Bill died, and he got sent to Dead by Daylight.
That is funny.
Well, ain't that
That's
about a bitch?
fucking awesome. I like the fact that you have these licensed killers coming in.
I do.
Now, who do we see next?
I don't know. It's got to be Freddy.
I'm thinking
There's
Freddy.
got to be Freddy. There's got to be Pinhead.
Pinhead would be
I could do a
great.
Pinhead. I could see a Pinhead. I'd love to see a Chucky, dude. Or
Oh, I always thought Chucky was
if
like
not
the worst
Chucky,
of the worst.
if not Chucky, you remember the fucking the Terror of Trilogy, the trilogy of terror with the
Yeah.
fucking witch doctor with
Oh,
the fucking
Christ,
knife
yes.
on it. You gotta have that little fucker.
All right, I'm buying it.
Now, here's the thing. Like, somebody brought this up, and they got that spring break DLC coming out for Friday the 13th, where everyone's going to be all spring breakish.
Yeah.
There's a I forget her name. It's not politically correct. I'm going to say it. The black girl in Friday the 13th.
That's it. I'm
Yeah.
triggered. This is bullshit. Take the statue down.
She wears a one-piece bathing suit
Yeah.
that's similar to a character in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, I think. Same exact bathing suit. So they do these little nods to the other horror movies in the
Right,
game.
right.
And gotta ask, what do you think of Chad Speedo?
We're going back to Chad.
Dude, it's
I
all
love
about
it.
Chad.
I love it.
It's
I love
totally
it.
Chad.
I love it. Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry,
absolutely.
you see him walk up, and all the girls are like, it's like, yeah, that's Chad.
Yeah, he's gonna do the Chad face if he blows it in you, dude.
I can't wait. I can't wait to use Chad in the Speedo.
That's yes.
Are you gonna
Just
do the
to
Chad
watch him
face?
fucking
What's
run
that?
away.
Are you
dude.
gonna do the Chad face?
When I'm scared.
the
Yes.
entire game? Dead by Daylight has more jump scares, especially fucking.
I think it's creepier. I like that it's a little more fast paced.
Oh, it scares. Yeah.
I like the simplicity of the game. Like Friday the 13th, when you break it down, is kind of complicated. You got to get the keys, got to get the gas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dead
you
by
gotta,
Daylight.
and you gotta be quiet. Like you gotta be
Right.
really fucking slow about it. Like that's what people don't get. Like if you're running around, you're gonna die.
Right. And
I tell that to people all the time. Like I see somebody running by me, I'm like, "You're dead," and I'm like,
Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight's a little faster paced game if you like that, and like I kind of like that. There's no sense kind of with the killers, so you can literally hide in a
You
bush.
can hide, right? Absolutely.
You know, I've had these little fuckers hide from me, and I've walked by them without realizing it. You know,
Oh, that's what I'm saying. There's a good, but you also, that being said, there's ravens that will give away your position. There's other
Yes.
things that if people are really paying attention to the surroundings,
and
they
and
can find you.
Like, I gotta ask you though, have you played? I forget his name, but that Japanese doctor,
No,
electro
dude.
fucking
Oh my
guy.
God!
He
But
is
somebody
fucking great.
was amazing at him, and I
Oh
was
my
just like,
God,
I'm
he's
never playing this.
He's
again
fucking
against you.
insane. Like
No.
some of the special abilities with the new killers, they're like learning from the old ones, and it's like there's so much better.
Yes,
and,
yes.
like there's already a chainsaw killer initially, but Leatherface's chainsaw is a little bit better because
It runs longer.
Yeah, you turn it up and then he charges forward.
Right, exactly.
Which is classic Leatherface. So
Right, exactly.
I horror games have really stepped it up.
I like it.
So-
I love it. Originally we had. I mean, you had to have PlayStation back in the day.
Yeah.
Did you ever play fucking Resident Evil? That was one of the original
Resident Evil
horror-
and Splatterhouse.
yes, Splatterhouse was a very well. That was more of
That was
a.
an action game.
That was a.
That was a more gory version of Ghosts and Goblins, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a good tribute to Jason. I mean, he
Yeah.
put the damn mask on, and became even at the end when he became Space Jason. Remember that?
Space Jam. I think that's where we should cut this off.
Actually, did you see like Gun Media put out a
I would love to have a
timeline?
Space Jason.
They put out a timeline of things they're doing, and obviously Part 4 Jason's coming up, and it lists 2 more Jasons coming. So one of them is most likely going to be Uber Jason,
Oh god.
Right.
which I hate.
He's
I
gonna
despise
He's
it.
gonna drive people home, then kill them.
What's that?
He's gonna drive people home.
They
and then
call
kill
the
them?
Space Jason
I'm
Uber Jason.
just
It's
making
like-
a ignorant joke before.
The
I,
only one they can't do is the remake, and they can't do Freddy versus Jason. That's what they said.
Right.
They said that
Right.
right off the rip. They can't do those.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So, I'm still looking forward to it. I like I said, that it is. It's like you said. It is 2 different games. Like if you're
Yeah.
if you're in
Like
the mood
somebody asked which game is better. I'm like, why can't I play both?
Exactly.
I do play both, and I
No.
enjoy them quite a bit.
and it's really up in the mood. Like because if I feel like running around, then I'm doing the other game.
you need.
know what I'm
You
saying?
really need to do another gaming thing.
I'm trying to get
Seriously.
Alex to
Oh my
frickin-
god.
You know what? Don't worry. I'm going to build a channel. We're going to have a gaming channel. We
Nice.
have the racing channel, and it's doing rather well.
Yes, it is. Thank you guys for tuning in.
so those of
C&J
you
Speedway
that-
Review.
Those of you that like racing have been really, really great. Get engaged. That's it.
Do it.
Donate to the Patreon, and maybe we'll give them their own website.
Yeah,
we got
why
2
not?
weeks. 2
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks. weeks.
Everybody's on board.
2 weeks.
Meat, cheese, and Kill Bill.
And tacos and nachos,
Yes.
bitches.
And now for the 5 most famous words in Loki and Jabroni history. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Franklin Bay. He was masturbating.
Say shit
As
over
soon
it.
as you point me back in, I'm jumping all over that shit.
Go ahead. They're listening.
Ha. Frankenstein.
I'm just letting it roll. Go ahead, guys.
Franklin Bay.
Frank the
He
Van.
was masturbating.
All over it.
Have you seen my baseball?
It's there.
All right, guys. I know it's been
squirted from a Pepe.
It's been an interesting week. Mentioned earlier, we lost Harry Dean Stanton.
Shit, that's my Pepe.
Great actor. The racing world, which we'll talk about Wednesday night on the C&J Speedway review. The racing world lost Teddy Christopher, which, pretty tragic. He was a local boy, but he did a lot of things on a national level. Guys like Tony Stewart, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski all raced against him. Tragic to see him go down. Last Sunday, he scored his 99th win, and on the way to a track this weekend, unfortunately lost his life in a plane crash. So, hats off and hearts go out to the Christopher family. And yesterday, broke my fucking heart in the grocery store. My little gimmick phone went off, and it was somebody texting me that we lost a great person in the wrestling world, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yes.
You were supposed to hate him, but you loved him. There's not anybody I've ever met that loved wrestling, worked in wrestling, or even saw wrestling on television who didn't say, always loved the Brain, man. Always loved the Brain.
You know what? It makes me think. Remember how Bob Backlund, he sat here in this very studio and he told us that he would always, take the dives, do this and the other thing just to help the other guy get up. Heenan was the same thing. If you had beef with Bobby the Brain Heenan on screen,
Yep.
that made you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We'll say the wrestler who should now be named that didn't.
Well,
that
no,
didn't
not the
slam,
one I'm not
that
supposed to
didn't,
be named.
Right, the other one that
Yeah.
didn't slam on there at Giant WrestleMania 3. A good chunk of his popularity in the 80s and 90s was because of that feud
of
with Bobby
course.
Brain Heenan. It
And
was beautiful.
go back-
Without a
You
doubt.
loved it.
You can go back to their AWA days, and that's why Heenan made the jump
Yeah.
after He Who Shall Not Be Named #1 made the jump. He was like, I want him. And anybody who brings with him, that's who I'm going to face.
Exactly.
So, being big wrestling fans, I made the top 10 list of wrestlers who will universally be missed, no matter, wrestlers die every day, people die every day. We talked about death earlier. These 10 will always be missed for one reason or another. My honorable mention goes to He Who Shall Not Be Named #2. Just kidding. I had to throw an honorable mention out there, and Ed gave me the idea. So, fuck He Who Shall Not Be Named #2. Number 10 is Brian Pillman. Where that guy could have gone. Without that, he died of a heart attack at 35 in 1997.
He was just taking off at that point too.
Oh, he was hotter than the face of the sun.
I remember saying to myself, "Why? Like I don't see the image." And then it's like if you go back and you really watch him going up until the point where he got to the WWF or WWE, but at that time you were like, "Wow."
The loose cannon gimmick was really, really groundbreaking at that time. He was
That's what I'm saying. And so many
him
people,
and him
so
and
many people
Austin
do it
being
now.
side by side, former partners, but they're feeding off each other. One is the anti-hero who will beat up his boss. The other is the guy who just doesn't give a fuck in Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
And they worked so well against each other. It's hard to ever imagine. Even in '97 when they were doing this, they were partners 3 years ago.
Yep.
You can't picture it. Number 9, one of my favorites in my teen years, although I never wore his gear and outwardly cheered for him. I always loved him. Big Boss Man. What a big 350-pound guy.
He's dead?
Yes, 2004.
I didn't even know that.
Heart attack.
Yep.
Ooh, that's sad. He was dynamic.
Yeah.
He was like one of the coolest wrestlers in the video games too.
Heck
Like,
yes.
All you had to do was hit A B.
Boss Man Slam.
It was like
Boss
A
Man
B, and then
Slam,
you
yeah.
do the cartwheel. And it's like that's all I could get to work in that game. I'm like, I just did that over and over again.
Absolutely. Number 8, we just mentioned him, Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's only been gone a day or two, but man, I've been watching tributes all day. ESPN did a spot on him this morning on
I was going to
Sports
say,
Center.
yeah, when you're on ESPN, that says something.
We should say it too. He was like a cancer survivor too. Like
Yeah, he had
his
part of his jaw
the
taken
part
off.
the part that made him famous got removed, and he was still brave enough to get up for the Hall of Fame, and he just he said,
And that was at the beginning stages. He would do.
Yeah.
He was up till last year doing autograph signings with parts of his jaw taken off. He couldn't speak, but he would write his little one-liners as you got your autograph. Like Mike could walk up with his Red Sox hat or whatever, and he would just look at you for a minute, and he would write some one-liner that is an insult, but it's not meant to be because
Only
it's
you
Bobby
would
the
know.
Brain Heenan.
Only
Yeah,
you would
And
know.
you'd be like,
the Weasel.
yeah, thanks
Something
for
the
wearing the
Weasel
Red
would write.
Sox hat. Glad to see we could bring out the homosexual population, Bobby Heenan. You would just look at it and you would laugh and go, "All right, Brain, you got me."
It was one of those managers that he, during those little segments, he would just grab the microphone and he would outshine the wrestler half the time. When
Oh,
he
yeah.
Oh,
talked.
absolutely.
Without
it was
question.
great.
For my friends in Texas, number 7, pick a Von Erich. David in 84, Mike in 87, Chris in 91, Kerry in 93. 3 of them were suicides.
It's like I swear to God, they wrote Saving Private Ryan
After
after
the
the
Von
fucking
Erichs?
Von Erichs, because I can only. Your other son's dead. Your other son's dead. Hey, your other son's dead. Oh my God, your other son's dead. But at this point, like, who's the one who goes and knocks on the door to let Mama fucking Von Erich know? Like, I mean, seriously.
For 3 of them, it was the referee / co-promoter David
Right.
Manning. Kerry was found by his father at his house. Dad, I'm gonna go out and borrow your gun and do some shooting. All right, son. I know you're going to jail tomorrow, so here's my gun.
Yeah.
Wah wah wah.
Boom.
Done. So I always like to say when I'm having a bad day, some days you're the gun, some days you're the Von Erich.
Very true.
Number 7, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig left us in 2003. 44.
And left everything because
Oh,
man,
my
his son
Lord.
could be so much better if he was still around. I think the problem is he tries to be his father so
Don't.
bad.
Don't.
And-
Or the company tries to push him. As
No,
such.
that's what I'm saying. And if he was still around, he would be like, "Please don't do that."
He
to my
just came back recently, but he's in like a sort of enforcer badass role for The Miz.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
again,
see.
jury's out. It's been a couple weeks. Number 5, Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, I loved him.
Drug
Loved
overdose in
him.
2007.
I didn't know he was dead either.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to learn a
Holy
lot.
cow.
We're getting to the nitty gritty of this list.
Oh, yeah,
if you
dude.
don't know number 1 is dead, you're fired. We're going to bring Eric Mitchell in. That's all there is to it. Leave the
You just want his belts.
Leave
That's
the
what-
gun-
You just want to hold his belts.
leave the computer. Take the cannoli.
I pay taxes on this fucker. I'm not-
Where's the cannoli?
Seriously, I get taxed on this shit. And you know what I say about taxation? Hit the button.
Go ahead.
Taxation is theft.
It is. They should.
Amen to that. Number 4, he was already past his prime, long retired, but man, I would love to have had him here on the show. Macho Man Randy Savage. It's not the same. Think of how an interview with him would be now, looking at the product now.
It wasn't the same when he went to WCW, man.
In the
You know what,
beginning,
though?
maybe, but yeah, toward the end, in the rap album, and
No disrespect to Macho Man, though. All you had to do is see him in fucking Spider-Man.
exactly.
To see he was juiced
and
like
you popped,
fucking crazy.
but you popped. It was like, dude, it's the fucking Macho Man.
I know, but like,
First name Macho, last name Man. Get it right.
doesn't. The thing I'm saying is like, it doesn't surprise me he had a heart attack on the road, dude. He wouldn't stop juicing, and you
Yeah.
know he wouldn't. You know,
Toward the end, yeah, because he went from
Oh, he
being
was-
he
he
was-
had to
he
look
was
like that.
This was his.
Oh,
neck.
you looked like a
this
cobra.
was his head. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Yeah.
and he was 240 for most of his career, even going into WCW. He could work his ass off. He was one guy I could watch his matches beginning to end, rewind it, and do it all
You
over
know what?
again.
Everyone who wants to get into professional wrestling should watch that movie, The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Oh, without
That's the way
question.
I feel about it. Before you start putting a bunch of poison in your body, watch that movie.
guy I
and see
interviewed-
what can happen to you.
A guy I interviewed when I was with WrestlingOnline.com was in that movie, and 3 weeks after the release, he did the whole premiere gimmick and all that, and died of a heart attack at 32 years old.
Yeah,
Steroid
the
induced.
funny thing, like you talk interviews with the screenwriter. He said I modeled that character after Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, like put them all
Well, it's
together into one.
It's the
character.
same thing with these fucking energy drinks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're fine right
Oh, they're
now.
killers.
You're fine right now. But after about 3-4 years of you constantly fucking stuffing those things down in your
it's funny,
system.
It's funny you've said that. I've pledged that tomorrow's my last one.
Really?
Wow.
I thought I was gonna have a fucking heart attack the other day. I was like stressed at work, anxiety was kicking my ass.
Oh, my
and,
God.
Like I was just like something's gonna. Like I feel hypertension. I need to stop.
Yes, someone said cannoli, and yes, he was great in Spider-Man. I want to get to everybody. I haven't been reading a lot of these, but
We got time.
Had
we
to
can
read
do some, We
those.
can do some
I,
Q&A. with
I
the
should be
audience.
back next week.
Yeah,
on,
you'll be
on
back next
Twatter.
number 3,
I
still
know
in
my
his
I know my
prime.
twatters miss me.
You should have told
All right.
me. I would have tuned in my phone. I
That's
totally
all
did, I
right.
think.
Number 3, he was still in his prime. He was training to make a comeback. Guess what? unfortunately, another steroid-induced heart attack ravishing Rick Rude.
Yes.
Man, what a smooth worker.
What
He
a
was awesome.
fucking perfect body, though. No homo, but shit, dude.
No.
That guy was fucking solid.
Why this?
Yeah.
Why Rude never got a run with Hogan? I'll never understand.
Because it made sense. And Hogan at that
Back
point
then,
was,
doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
Because you know what? As impressive as Hulk Hogan is, I like him. You put him next to Rick Rude,
And he looks
here's the
silly.
thing. Arms, Hogan, top down.
Traps, same.
Fucking, he's awesome.
Legs,
This section here,
Nope.
he's kind of
Chunky.
soft looking. You know,
Yep.
not chunky, but he's soft looking. You
Rude
know?
had 8-pack.
Exactly. So
Oh,
so just put him next to it. You know what? I probably wouldn't buy the leg drop and all that
giant,
shit.
fucking Paul Wright said that.
yeah.
He said that his wife was like, you know, I love you, but anytime Lex Luger comes around, you just look like a big tub
I
of
remember him
shit.
saying that on that DVD.
Yeah,
But
I
he
just-
was like Lex
Right.
Luger, dude.
The
He
thing-
sneezed and fucking muscles fucking popped for crying out loud.
The
That was
thing with Hogan is about the emotion, the feeling, the Hulkamaniac. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
someone with Luger or Rick Rude,
It was
it's
body.
the body, it's
Yes.
the performance. I don't think here's the thing, like I said,
You know who doesn't
I
get...
could buy the big leg drop on a lot of people. I don't buy it with someone like Rick Rude.
I think
or
I
Lex
just
Luger.
I think I just figured out why people fucking hate John Cena.
I was just gonna reference John Cena because he has got. I was just gonna say he's got an
He's got the
underrated
body and
the
he's-
abs, the work ethic. He
But
works
he's
well.
just like that Hogan fucking eat your veggies, fucking do your that's why he fucking gets the hatred,
I will
man.
definitely,
I
definitely.
I
buy
like
that.
John Cena, so fuck y'all.
Ange says if your phone isn't back next week, take the iPad or laptop for the twatter feed. And she wrote twatter, just so you know. So, amen. Thank you so much, Ange. You get one of these. You get the Jimmy Snuka, not the rock and roll. You know what that means? It means Gene Simmons is going to try to sue me.
Fuck Gene.
Number 2, on the day he was scheduled to win the WWF World Heavyweight title, we lost him to a heart attack. Eddie Guerrero in 2005.
That was my man.
He was on the
dude.
upswing.
A lie,
He beat
a cheat, a
a
steal.
steal.
A
lie, a cheat, a steal.
That was Guerrero's second time up too, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Like he
Oh,
had,
he got
he had a
fired.
peak. He had a peak, came down, then came back up, didn't he?
He was
Yeah.
Because I never
amazing,
followed
dude.
him, so I'm
He was
asking you,
fucking
so.
amazing. Yeah. When he left WC, and I loved him in WCW. They did not know how to work him at all. They
Any of
wouldn't
those
let him-
guys, Malenko, Saturn, Guerrero, he who shall not be named, those 4 when they left, they didn't know how to
they
use them.
all came to WWE at the same time, but let me tell you, the one guy that fucking just took that shit by storm and just never let go was Eddie Guerrero, man. I
James,
loved
good
him,
good
man.
point. I have read Eddie Guerrero's book. It was published posthumously. He had finished it. A couple months later, he died, and then they released it. Great forward by Vince McMahon. The forward will have you in tears before you even open the book.
Oh, that's why I say a lot of people dog McMahon, but he
cares.
He does. He loves his people.
There's a reason why he sent Scott Hall and Jake Roberts to rehab 10 times each.
Right.
There's a reason he reaches out to like superstar Billy Graham and all these guys when they have their liver transplants and tries to help them. People say, "Oh yeah, Vince McMahon is all about the money." Horseshit. Vince McMahon.
He's
wants-
got a lot of money. Yes.
Here's the thing. I'll agree with part of that. Vince McMahon is more corporate. He made the company public. Okay?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, going to the pressure of my father's son, you know, Vince doesn't want to be the guy that's like, well, it was so much fucking better when your dad ran it. You know, he doesn't want to be that guy. You know,
But he also understands that as a publicly traded company, if you're using the images and the likenesses of these people, and you read, if you pick up USA Today tomorrow, let's go back to 2007. He was on the roster. He was a legit part. He was in a storyline going toward the world title. He who shall not be named, number 2, goes and whacks his family, kills himself. It's a corporate nightmare.
oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, even though he didn't work for the company, he was always encouraging Kurt Angle when he was going through his substance abuse. Get yourself better. You're coming home one day. One day you're going to be standing here on my stage in the Hall of Fame because I care about you as a human
Well,
being.
you hear stories all the time about his father, like having these wrestlers sleep at his own house.
Oh yeah,
You know,
but other
so-
promoters were out there going, "Oh, you don't have some place to stay? You got a back seat? Curl up, get a blanket. It's
Right.
3 degrees outside."
Right.
Not my
So,
problem.
Here's the thing. I don't think Vince McMahon is evil. You know, but he's definitely corporate.
Yeah,
He has to be though. You know, he brought. Here's the thing: he brought WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it now. It's
To where it is.
It's Connecticut's largest publicly traded company right
Mhm.
now. That's impressive.
Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
It's a
You know?
little state, let's be honest, but we
here's
were the insurance capital of the world. We were at one time an aviation capital.
Right.
We are by name
We're still
only
the submarine capital.
submarine.
No, we're still the submarine
Okay,
capital. We are.
but when you think of the largest publicly traded company in this state is the WWE, and no matter where they go, they're selling a bunch of tickets. They're selling a bunch of T-shirts every day. You can go to the mall. You can look behind us right now and see an action figure.
If you got,
They make money
break
daily.
it down too. Break it down too. Vince McMahon's smart too. Instead of like being on TV, being like, "I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm gonna embrace that guy," and he did that.
He did that
Yeah.
last
And
week on television.
he did
First
that,
time
and-
in 4 years.
Fucking, he brought the company in WWE. He was about to fold
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s, yeah.
They're about to lose WCW. He's like, I'm going to embrace what everybody thinks about me. I'm going to put it on TV. I'm going to create the era of Attitude.
One of the best characters ever was Mr. McMahon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now, there you go. We're meeting wrestlers at bars. You
Yep.
know, just think, if he hadn't done that, we would be
If
talking
we met a
about something
wrestler,
totally
at
different.
if we
Oh,
met a wrestler
absolutely.
at a bar, it'd be because he was there, because he was down on his luck, hanging out with.
Let's keep it real. You guys going to be talking about this, about TNA this way?
No,
Oh God, no.
are we talking about WCW this way? No. And because we're from the Northeast, there is a little bias because the WWF is a Northeast company, originally New York, then Stamford, Connecticut.
We all fell for the WCW kick for a little bit.
for a while.
Absolutely,
They
because
had
that's
the,
where
they had
all
the better. They had the better wrestling.
Yes,
because the
absolutely.
WWF had the better show.
Right.
If you guys ever have time, go on Netflix, watch The Founder. You know, it's about.
I've been wanting to watch
It's
that,
about Ray Kroc, the
Yeah.
founder of McDonald's, and you all know how McDonald's turns out, so it's not really a big spoiler.
How do
but,
they turn out?
I don't know, like $60 billion a year or something.
Okay, just check.
But so like towards the end there, the actual real founders of McDonald's, which is a guy's named McDonald, you know, he kind of scams them out of their whole company. You know, he honestly does. Ray Kroc is an asshole in every sense of the word. He's an asshole. But they ask him, you know, why? We showed you everything. We showed you how to make the burgers. We showed you this, that, and the other thing. And Michael Keaton, as Ray Kroc, says, why didn't I just open my own restaurant? And he goes, because it wouldn't have worked. It's like, I didn't really want your process. I could make up
wanted
my own
the
process.
business
I
model.
wanted the name. No, he wanted the name. He's like, there's something about that name, McDonald's. You know, I wanted that name. It sounds, you know, friendly. It sounds family. It sounds American. I wanted that name, McDonald's. And you know, he's literally like, well, he's like, why'd you do it this way? We totally could have, you know, worked it together. And he says to him, he's like, could you have done it the way I did it? And he's
Yeah.
like, no, I couldn't.
His father, Vince's father.
Vince has that
Oh, yeah.
business mind that his
Absolutely.
father might not have had.
Absolutely.
That Ray Kroc
Yes.
has,
But
that the original founder of
Vince
McDonald's
had the
didn't have.
humanitarianism that he taught his son.
I'm not saying he's inhumane.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying,
I
but-
get that, but whereas Vince Senior, and they're not Senior Junior for anybody who's listening. One is J, one is K. Vince Senior had the mindset to give you the best product, and he kept it very tight knit, Northeast,
Vince thought
Maine
bigger
to
than
Baltimore.
his-
Exactly.
Vince Jr. thought, and I'll say Jr. for the sake of
Yeah.
discussion, thought bigger than his father.
Junior saw what his father had, and he looked at the other territories and said, "We're better than them. We're better than them.
Right.
We
And we
might
can
be
push
better
this."
than them.
His-
Let's go find
His
out."
we can
father
push
still
this.
had that mentality. Well, that's not my territory. You know, I'm not-
Exactly. He had that handshake agreement. I will not compete with the Von Erichs. I won't compete with Vern Gagne. I won't go down to Crockett's area. Vince Jr. said, "Fuck that. It's a whole free open market. I'm going to go. We
But-
say it all
but
the
look
time.
at
It's
this-
a
look at
free and
this way,
open
too.
market."
right? But look at it this way too. And Gary Wolf
Yes.
said on this show, those guys helped us get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So everybody benefited. You know, he said about Hulk Hogan in his whole thing, he made it a brand that they got paid.
There's a reason ECW succeeded where others didn't. No, I'm not just going to point to the Northeast, but because, again, guys like Mick Foley, Vince McMahon, Hulk Hogan broke those doors open.
Right.
I don't remember, and as much as I love him, Ric Flair didn't break a lot of doors. Dusty Rhodes didn't break a lot of doors. Lex Luger, the Road Warriors did. Joe Laurinaitis, who was on our show, they broke open some doors.
Yeah.
But the Hulk Hogan's my Mount Rushmore. If someone said, "Give your Mount Rushmore of '80s wrestling," Hogan, Andre, Piper, Savage. They created this phenomena that is still going to this day.
I think that's why CM Punk was hated when he was leaving the WWE, is because he made people realize that there is ass kissing in wrestling, and if you aren't one of these ass kissers, you aren't going to get to this point. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Perfect example, Triple H. When he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, did you ever see him as a world title holder? Be honest.
Not at the
honest.
time.
I was watching back then, and no.
not at the
Absolutely.
time.
He was a fringe character. I liked him, but he
Yes.
was fringe.
I did too. I liked him back then.
He,
at Hunter
he was
Hearst
fringe,
Helmsley.
but there's certain people you're just like, you look at him like champion
Right.
or head of WWE.
right.
Yeah.
Chief operating officer. Not at first. I knew he had the goods, but he had to find it. You have to find it, and they all
Dude,
say
he
it's
he
it.
didn't pick that shit up until
That
well
English-
into the click.
English.
Oh, yeah.
pompous
Well
fucking-
Oh,
into
yeah.
the click.
I'll say the same about John Cena. When I first saw him, I didn't think that's a guy who's going to run the company for 15 years on top.
Oh, I.
But the more he went along, I'm like, okay, I
You know
can
what?
see
I'll
him being a
disagree.
linchpin.
I'll disagree. I did from the get go.
It's the rap gimmick, isn't it?
No, it's not just that. Well, yes and no though. No. Hear me out. Yes and no.
I
though,
still have
because,
number
like,
one, guys.
I know.
Continue.
Yes and no though, because that's the kind of thing that speaks to the younger people, and let's face it, the younger people really run this sport. You know.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not.
They still
I
do.
don't watch as regularly as the rest of you guys, but like everyone sitting at this table, don't make a hill of beans. You know, it's the younger people that are going to watch for the next. 10 years.
You know John Cena has done it like it. I'm saying it with capital letters. I saw a Toyota commercial during the Falcons game. Do you know what song they're playing as their promo while you're watching this Toyota ride the streets of Detroit? The John Cena theme song. And you know what I'm doing while I'm watching this commercial? It's going dun 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 dun. There's me. John Cena sucks. But you know,
Why does he suck though? Like I gotta ask.
he doesn't suck per se. He is a very good performer. He is a fantastic athlete. He played football. He's a power lifter.
He's a worker.
He's got the
He's
pedigree.
a worker. There's anything
but you know
I won't take away from him.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Not for nothing. You could hate the rest. He gets veterans a lot of love.
He gives everybody
he
a lot of
really-
love.
He gives everybody a
He
lot
does,
of love. Dude.
but-
Can't
He
take it away
really
from him.
He does, but he's always been big on.
There was
the
that one
America
thing I know.
pride thing,
We're gonna let you wrap this up real quick, just to tell you about how cool he is. If
Go
you
ahead.
ever saw that one thing, I think Ange tagged all of us in it. And
Oh,
it was
the behind the screen
behind
and
the
all that.
screen,
Oh
dude.
my god!
That
Oh,
just
yeah, I've
that
seen
just
tears.
that just shows you what he does for people.
He's done the
And
most.
just
Was it
and
Make
just-
a Wish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's done the most Make a Wish.
Look,
than
when
any
I-
celebrity.
when
out of
I-
out of every, like you could take second, third, and fourth, and they still won't add up
Right.
to him. Like that's
when
he's-
when Chris Burns sits in his chair at home or goes to an arena and screams John Cena sucks, it's not directed at John Cena the man or the performer. It's directed at the character. It's directed at the bubblegum image that he has.
I know,
but
but
it works for him.
I'm a Viper
He's
fan, so you're
making
damn
a
straight,
he's
John
making
Cena-
a-
John Cena sucks.
He's making a big time amount of money.
But he's
God love
here's the
him.
thing- Here's the thing, though. And just from this is from me watching like the few main events we've all watched and everything. He's kind of taking a back seat willingly.
Willingly, he's the
not-
macho
he's-
man of our
right,
generation.
he's not like stomping in and ruining Brock Lesnar's fucking
Oh.
whatever. You know, he's really not. He's doing the stupid gimmick stuff just to sell the tickets. So he's really taking a back
At
seat.
this point in his career, he's not the headline. He's an attraction. He's Andre
doesn't
the
need to
Giant.
be.
He's Hulk Hogan. He's Roddy
part of
Piper.
the fucking Bella's fucking show right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Come on, let's be honest with you. He's
Well,
making,
that's what I'm saying. Like he's not trying to steal.
but he's
the
not
show.
stupid either. He also understands.
Comment
All right,
from
go
the
ahead.
comment is from Ange.
Finish
Says
it up.
more than The Rock. He does a lot of Make a Wish stuff too. It's all out there.
Yes, no.
John Cena's
Cena
done the
Cena
most out
number
of
one.
anybody.
Yeah, seriously.
Not just
look it up.
wrestling. Anybody.
Yeah.
He eclipsed Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson,
And Michael
all-
Jordan at one time was one
Listen,
of the top people.
he does so much Make-A-Wish. I want to know when he has time to fuck his hot wife.
Yeah, well, they're
Seriously.
not married yet. That's going to be on Total Bella Schneebitz
Yeah.
season 5
You
or
know
whatever.
they're already married. It's
I
just gonna
know
be on
it's
TV.
some bullshit.
Exactly.
Anyway, wrap this up. and
anyway-
we'll move into something else.
Top 10 wrestler universally missed, taken from us too soon. 34 years old, could have been a world champion, could have been leading the company today. tragically, May 23rd, 1999, we lost Owen Hart, and one of my favorites. Love me some Owen Hart.
My problem with that, I love Owen Hart to death too. What a fucking great guy.
Another guy willing to do anything.
The Montreal screw job, we lose both hearts on there though.
Yeah.
I truly believe that he
Brett said in his
loved.
book.
I agree.
He loved his brother so much, and I don't care where he was in his career, he would have walked out too. Because out of anything, I mean, and I don't know if you guys know the Montreal screw job, but it was. I mean, our listeners, you got to know, it was a screw job. It really, and this just goes to show, as much as McMahon's a great guy,
He can be an asshole.
he's an asshole, and he's a very business suave. Was it
we
going
could
to
do
work?
a whole episode on the screw
Was
job.
it? Oh, I think we should.
Possibly.
I think we
November
should
is coming
probably-
up. It'll
I
be
think we
the
should probably do
the
that.
20-year anniversary is coming up not
Ooh,
too
that's-
far from now.
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Let's do the Montreal screw job.
I think that's a good idea because
Might-
I still
might
have
be,
some shit that I.
Might be a potential history.
Ooh. Who do we get on the phone while we watch the screw job?
Bret Hart himself.
I wonder if he'd answer the phone. Yeah, sure. I'll talk about it.
All right, real quick, before we get into the whole wrap up here, did you guys hear that they actually did meet behind stage, and he was like, "Look, I'm so sorry." Bret literally punched him.
McMahon, yeah.
Yeah, and the people
It's
said,
documented.
yeah, he flew.
Yeah.
He flew like 6 feet
The
in
corporate
the air.
story is I let Brett punch me because I owed that to him. Horseshit. That dude
No.
knocked you the
He
fuck out.
He was
I wouldn't want to get punched by any of you guys. Like, they pull their punches, but I'm not. No.
or Matt.
Well, some of them.
Yeah, I was
Some
gonna
of them probably couldn't hit a pillow and make it dent.
I won't let any of them punch
but
me.
I get where you're going with that.
I'd get hit by Test.
Now you would, yeah. You wouldn't get hurt too bad now, would you? By the way, Tess is dead. Just letting you know.
I let Bailey kick my ass.
I let Alexa Bliss
probably
punch me in the
have.
mouth.
There's something about Bailey. I let her kick my
Oh,
ass.
why?
I don't know. There's just
Oh.
something. I like that happy, bouncy
She
shit.
likes that punky.
Ye-
He likes that punky.
yeah, that punky Brewster
I do.
gimmick.
I fucking love the fuck out of her.
Guys, real quick, don't forget, if you're going to shop on Amazon, go to www.lokiandjabroni.com. Click our Amazon link. We also have WWE, Mars Hydro, King Cooler, all sorts of great affiliate links that you can get great deals on, and those companies will kick back just a little bit to our show. No hidden fees, no extra charges. Same great shopping you do all the time. If you want to donate to the Loki and Jabroni Show, C&J Speedway Review, Loki's Gaming Gimmick.
They like seeing that shit too. Affiliates
you are-
like seeing our little title pop
If
up.
you are into fantasy football, go to www.lokiandjabroni.com/football. Check out this company. Get all the stats. Sign up, subscribe. Get an edge on everybody in your fantasy football
Wow,
game.
there you go.
Just don't start Edelman.
Yeah, right?
Fuck you.
No, fuck Edelman. Fuck Cutler too.
Fuck Springer.
No, that one. I'm allowing that Springer.
Hey, at least you didn't have
Fuck
Casey.
Cutler.
Keenan.
I'm not.
At least you didn't have Casey Keenan.
I'm in a box.
You are in a box. Don't forget this Wednesday, C&J Speedway Review. We're going to be breaking down the Chicagoland race and looking forward to New Hampshire. I won't be there, but Corey will. So we're going to have some live. As soon as I build the Facebook page today or tomorrow, Corey's going to pop on and give you live feeds from New Hampshire this coming weekend. Hopefully, the Loki gaming thing. Your first one was fantastic. I don't know nothing about that game, but I watched that whole motherfucker. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And I know you've watched the Speedway
We'll get a channel
review.
made. We'll do more video game stuff.
Absolutely.
So
I gotta get that camera going on the thing. That's the biggest thing with my other laptop. I need to get it going.
All right.
So I have
matter
my.
of fact, like, if folks would donate to Patreon so we don't have to use that laptop.
Right? And you know what I was thinking, and I know that's dangerous sometimes, but
Most
I
of
know
the time.
2 weeks from tonight we have the Meat and Cheese Kill Bill extravaganza right here. Why don't we open our doors next week, if you're interested and you're interested, to another Ask Us Anything? Because I had so much fun with that a couple months ago?
Sure.
And
We're due.
people actually responded, and I loved it. Ask
due.
us anything. What
That
do you
sounds
think?
good. I'll do it.
All right, we'll put the word out, and you have 1 week. Be on the live feed or send us questions via Twitter at Loki and Jabroni or here on the Facebook page.
And make sure you're doing that, because if you don't get to the Patreon, we don't get to pick you to come and enjoy the Kill Bill extravaganza.
Oh yeah, that's right. 2 lucky listeners from the Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts area. If you're a Patreon donor, will be here in 2 weeks for the Meat and Cheese Kill Bill extravaganza. We're going to do an hour show for you guys. The Facebook Live / iTunes
right before
Google
we
Play.
fucking put you down in the chair.
Yeah, I got to get in the chair.
And unfortunately,
I do have
none
a
of the
request.
movie will be seen on our live feed.
It'll be
sorry.
all Patreon. I do have one request. When you duct tape me, I need my right hand free so I can get a beer, drink the beer. Get a beer, drink the beer.
I don't know.
I'm not drinking beer through a straw. I've heard horror stories.
I think we should completely strap his arms. We'll put a
How about you
funnel in
shut
his
up?
mouth, and we'll force him to drink
I hate
whatever
those
beer.
helmets. Don't.
We'll force
please.
him to drink whatever beer we choose. At
Ew,
that time.
no. Fuck that. I'd rather join the political podcast.
I'll get him the Stumpy Coors bottle.
Ew.
Natty Ice, here it comes.
Fuck. F-U-C-K, fuck.
Blue Ribbon.
We'll finish him off with Keystone, and his face will just dissolve like Raiders
Great. So I'll be on the
Ark.
floor, Chris Farley style, puking up blue foam.
There,
Fantastic.
gets it. Hi, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor. Want a shitty beer?
And to quote,
In their defense, Narragansett makes some great side beers, but the main beer
do.
still sucks.
what?
The main Narragansett beer.
Oh, we'll have to agree to
sucks.
disagree.
Don't we always?
Never.
Horse shit. Horse shit.
All right, folks, have a wonderful night.
Are we Patreoning?
We can Patreon.
Let's Patreon for
We're
20
Patreon.
minutes.
We're Patreon.
Patreon.
Let's do it.